Okay, I think we're live. I think we even had a little nice transition. I think we had a decent intro just now.
Yeah,
I think that went well.
it went pretty well.
I think so. It's wait. The wind
It's gonna
part
fade out. I
is
set it
fading.
to
Oh,
fade
you
out.
can hear it now because we
Yep.
got that sorted. So I don't even have to explain that to you anymore. I'll shut up. Nice. Okay. Okay, here we are.
Oh, wait, why is it?
I
It's
don't see the
supposed
chat
to
room,
fade
but
out. Okay,
what do you want?
stupid thing.
I got a hat. I got my camouflage hat on backwards this time.
And you don't have your
With my
sunglasses
bald
on.
spot show. And I don't have my no because I'm trying. I have to get something on this light because it's just too bright on my big bald head. So I got my camo backwards. So get also so that way you can see my face because I don't have good lights. I'm
Yeah, I
looking at the
think I
wrong
need
camera.
to. My light is right here, and it's pretty harsh too. It's probably similar. It's actually a big LED, like a shop light. So it's like,
No, but you look cool. You got like
it's
this dramatic look to you.
that's
That's
me. I'm
you know
dramatic.
you lit very dramatically. Mine is just lack depth. I have literally nothing behind. I mean, it is a bunker, so you have it looks like something like there's a GQ shoot going on behind you or something. Like someone's just off screen with with no shirt on and leather pants and a really big camera. That's what it looks like.
Well, we have the gimp like shackled to
Okay.
a pole just behind me, and I didn't want to have him shuffling around back there while we were broadcasting. So.
Yeah, that's the feel I get. I get the feel that there's like one of those big fans next to you that's going to be blowing on the other side, blowing air at you,
Yes.
and
I was
someone
gonna
misting
light.
you, probably a fluffer or two.
Well, if we're lucky, yeah,
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 I'm
I'd
gonna
be
look
okay with
over
that.
here. I'm gonna move this a little bit so I can see a little bit. One thing I'm not doing is recording the podcast. Okay, so wait.
Yeah, I hope I don't want you to have to edit 3 fucking parts. Like I saw it on Twitch as 3 parts. I was like, oh, dude,
Yeah, well now I'm
that's
editing. Now it's going, but of course my son handed me a battery that's going to die any minute. So whatever I capture on the podcast, which I just hit the digital recorder now because I just got the batteries now. I'm sure everyone's riveted, and I don't have the chat room up. I don't know what happened to the chat room.
no.
We couldn't connect to Twitch for a solid 10 minutes. That was the problem.
I blame COVID.
I blame COVID too because, well, because I can't get a stupid cable that I need for my headphones. It takes like it went from arriving. I used to order on Amazon and get things like order at 11 a.m. It would show up at my house at like 5 that night. Now I ordered like an audio cable. It's gonna show up. I don't know 2021. I don't know when it's gonna show up. New Year's Day, something like that. It's ridiculous how used to quick shipping I am, and when I saw it that it wasn't coming, so I blame COVID for that, and also for screwing up. I think it was an IP binding that was messed.
Well, and you know what I'll also say? That's funny. Your cable is going to take you that long. I ordered this ridiculous 80th anniversary Batman Imaginext figure set. It came in like a day.
In a day?
Like in a day, dude. So it's like
It's
the
totally
way this
random.
stuff is. It is the way this stuff is moving. It's like you order something and you'll get it like in
I
like
don't get it.
no time, and then you order like something else. It's like 14 years to get there.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm playing with the levels just a little bit. We couldn't pre-mix it because I just wanted to get us on there. All right.
Mark says that we're whining. Wah, wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah,
These
I know.
These are our first world, our bourgeois fucking. My Amazon.
I
didn't
can't
get
see
delivered.
Twitch, a chat room.
Yeah.
All right, wait.
I
There's
can't
a way to see this.
podcast in an expeditious manner. Wah.
I know. And my low any loop batteries.
Yep. And the fact that you just insist on using those fucking rechargeable batteries. Dude.
No, they're freaking awesome, dude. It's just that
Dude,
when they get handed to you
full
dead.
Of double A's. I have a drawer full of double A's. I will bring you an envelope filled with them because I'm marginally a prepper in that way. So, Mark, it's completely. If you were to listen to this from the outside with the shit that's going on out there, we're the 2 biggest fucking babies.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You know, my goddamn Bob Marley albums to come in fucking time. My vinyl LPs need to show up in 3 days.
Yeah,
God damn it, Amazon!
No, it's fucking ridiculous. It's just me. I'm the only one. All right.
No, it's not
I'm
the
looking
stream.
for my tools. I don't see, because of the trouble hooking up with Twitch. I don't see the chat room, and that's upsetting because the chat room's fun. I can maybe go. I could do it on my phone,
I
right?
have it on my phone. To be fair, I'm not like I could probably put it on my iPad here, but I
All right.
can't. I wonder if it looks different. But anyways, welcome to another edition of
Yes.
Counter Wild.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Twitch. I I don't know how else to say this. I'm stuttering over here. I can't find my character sheet.
Is what?
I can't find my character sheet.
What,
I can't.
dude?
I can't.
This is
I
this is
I
almost
can't.
unacceptable.
I can't. I can't find my character. And I looked. I turned this bunker inside out, and I questioned people. I put them under lights, and they're. I know this is like I'm dropping a bombshell right now, and
Well, yeah, this is huge because
but
I don't
I
have a
do
copy
have
either.
it. See, I don't know if this is gonna anyone believes me. I have it pretty memorized, but I really do. I have it pretty memorized.
Well, there's
not
not a lot.
everything. I
There's not a lot
know
to them, but you
I
gotta
don't
know
have a
your
lot of
skills.
skills and stuff. And I asked for you to send me a new one, and I don't know if you saw what you sent me, but it's not even legible. So because I was going to try to fill it in before we did this, but it's even missing all the skills. The skills are
Out of
coming out
existence
backwards.
because you want to forget about it.
What's that?
No, it's you know when
Forget about what?
when Joe sent me that sheet with his character on it, it was kind of fucked up the way it was formatted. And actually, it was trying to work with getting it printed so I could see because there were some things where it was like the formatting was fucked. He got it from some Irish guy, so the Mad Irishman or something. I don't know. You can't trust the fucking Irish. But the sheet was a little sketchy to begin with.
Yeah, it's the sheet that you gave me overlaid upside down on a different sheet. I don't know if you could see
Yeah,
it.
that's exactly what happened. There's one sheet that's
So
like
it looks
backwards and
good,
upside
yeah,
down.
but really all the text is this way.
Yes, no, that's exactly how Joe's sheet came to me.
And it's
G Mark says that he
I'm
remembered that
upset about
Michu
this.
had a full set of fully powered and fully armed nuclear power armor.
Yes,
So
and I
had
got
that.
I got my phone set up, so I am catching some of the stuff on the chat room. Excuse me. Yeah, and I also had several claymores. I think I had
Claymores, a nuclear
explosives,
fission
and I also
device that
had
can power anything.
I was
Yeah.
plus 10 driving, and I had
He had sense motive,
sense
but it
mode.
was only like a 2. It was a 2,
No,
but it was better than what you had.
yes, and somehow I'm seriously strong and intelligent and charismatic. I don't know how that happened.
I think you were 18s all the way down for stats,
Yes.
as I remember it.
So look, I know I was a level
why
4.
when I kept asking you why do you need the sheet, is this why you?
Yeah, and I was
not
putting off
answering?
telling you why. Because I really seriously thought like I would like, nah, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it, but I can't find it.
Like where? But where? Like how?
Like,
Where?
it would never
what
even.
would they-
It would never. There's no reason for it to leave this room. You know, I don't. It's not
No,
like I
even if
take
they
my
found it,
character
there's
sheet
nothing-
to work and we play there. I wish, but we don't.
I take Gloom with me everywhere. I love him. But because he is me. But
I mean,
no,
I
and
have
then
the
some of
Rocky
my
script.
kids
How do
would
I have the
see it
Rocky
think it
script and
was-
not? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the kids would not see it and go like, "This is something fun. I could do something with." Right?
Well, this is what's
really-
upsetting to me. This is what's upsetting to me. Someone's leaving something out because I was just upstairs. The other thing that gave us a little bit of a delay. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys. Minus 30 on climbing. No, Mark, I'm
Yes.
I know I had a plus 6 climbing. I don't know why it just never worked out for me. It just looked like a minus 30. Oh, now I'm losing your audio. This would be good too. Are you talking, Chris? You talking to me? Anyway, I don't even I think that my voice is coming through. I don't know if yours is coming through, Chris.
Don't right now. Got Mark out of bed at 9:30.
Okay, you're back. Sorry. I think it's my headphones. So I was upstairs and the kids had some sort of Zoom thing. Were you on that, Chris? Did you have one of those? I had one. Sex ed. Yeah, your volume is super low.
Turn this interface up. Is that better?
Oh, no. Lots of feedback.
No, too bad. Okay. Ready? How about that? No?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Don't. Okay. Talk a little bit more.
1 2 1 2.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe it was your interface.
Well, the interface, I turned it down because when I was doing Skype tests, because that's all I could do to do tests.
Why'd you turn it down? We had a sound check like last week.
But dude, but it was fucking.
You see what I'm dealing with, Mark? Do you see what I'm dealing with?
It's hard dealing with talent. I know.
It is. I mean, you're messing with levels.
Like I'm over here mixing myself now, and you're like, "What the fuck?" There's a mixer before the mixer. Bad practice.
All right. Well, BB ate my lunch. Jumped in the class in the chat room, and I don't know if you're watching BB ate my lunch, but I was just upstairs. And did you just?
Oh, that's your son.
Yeah, I was just upstairs, and
They still can't hear me apparently.
That can't be.
I'm kind of.
That can't be. I hear you fine.
Okay, let's give it a minute. So maybe we're adjusting it, and they're downstream.
Yeah, there is a delay. I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a delay, but.
Can I kick BB ate my lunch out of the chat? Do I have that?
No.
Can I kick
He's
him?
laughing.
I'm gonna kick. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna report him. Should I block him? I'm gonna block him.
Don't block him. Mark, do you hear it? Do you hear Chris yet?
Trolling our chat. He's trolling our chat, dude.
Does anyone hear? Do you hear anything?
Let me see. I can't because it's plugged in though. This sucks. Ooh. This is not professional.
They're saying no. How could that be?
Hold on. Let me go to the phone. I don't believe anybody.
Yeah, because every time you talk, I see the levels moving. And then when I talk, levels are moving. Oh, can hear you now. Thank you, Mark. Okay. So we're good. We're good, Chris. So I was upstairs. The kids had some sort of school meeting thing, and I look up at. They had like notes on the table and stuff, and on the table was one of these sheets. And I saw the edge of the paper, and I saw like those. Like I saw a drawing of a Gamma World character. I'm like, what's that? What is that? What is that? And I was like, I don't know. No one knew. My wife didn't know. My son didn't know. No one knew what it was and how it got there. But what's your opinion on that, Chris? Where do you think my character sheet went?
I think they took it. They're gonna lock everything up in the red closet.
Yeah, Chris, you have to just double check your connections on your thing there.
Really?
Yeah, you're going in and out. You're buzzing a bit.
Hold on.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
1 2.
There you go.
Let me check this plug on this interface down here. It's just that I didn't touch, but I see the green light on the interface moving.
Yeah, you're good now, but it was.
I think your son found your character sheet. Because he says he says he found your character sheet.
I think you're right. I think he's trolling. I think you need to kick him out.
I'm going to block him. Bring the character sheet downstairs now. Get a haircut.
If you have it. Unless you're messing with me, and if not, then we're just going to kick you out of the room.
Yep, we're going to be mad, and then we're going to block you. So bring the sheet down, or else you don't get to listen to us curse.
I hope he has it. But anyway, if not, I really do have it memorized. And I think it was used for notes or someone my.
I actually, Mark said I've finally attained the fact that my lips look like they're dubbed in a kung fu movie, which is something I've always aspired to. You know, my problem is it could be where I'm at. Like, we tested this and it worked great. You know, the other part is, you know, the girls are zooming right now, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I
No,
see
but
myself
we have a
kind
good
of.
stream going.
Okay, well, Mark says my lips are out of sync, but whatever.
Yes, they are. You do.
That's
You
actually
look like a kung fu movie or a Quentin Tarantino movie.
you didn't put the delay in. You're supposed to delay the video, aren't you supposed to delay that? Didn't you make
Yeah, I
that
have a
change?
300 millisecond delay.
300. Jesus, Joseph and Mary, all three of those motherfuckers. Um,
Yep. Okay. So what?
he
What?
does not have your character sheet, so I'm just gonna block.
Yes. Well, no, he's quiet now. If he acts up again, just kick
No,
him out. But I am.
all
I
right.
have here.
I'm gonna drop the ban hammer on your kid, just so you know.
Don't ban him. You can't ban
I'm
him.
gonna drop.
Can
I
you?
would ban my kid. Don't take it personally.
No, no,
I
I'm not
ban my
worried.
own.
No, I mean, can you? Do we have the power? We can't ban anyone from Twitter. You can ban him
I
maybe
could
from the
block.
channel. You can
I
block
could
though.
block him.
So my climb is a 6. I'm writing this stuff down. My HP was 30.
Okay.
My hide was a 6. My spot was a 7. My grapple, I believe, was a 7. My ranged was a 5. And my melee was a 6. I
Dude,
was
your spot is higher than your melee.
yeah.
That's funny.
Well,
Okay.
I made my spot really high when I was. It's come in handy too. Just because I thought it made sense for the character, I did it initially, and then I don't know. No, actually, no. I think I leveled up spot because a couple of times you had me out in the woods and I couldn't see like things that were trying to kill me, like foot away, foot in front of my face. So
Well,
I
and I
got
hate to
spot
say
back
it
up.
too. Like,
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we have to do too at some point is fix some things on your character. But like if it's a non-class skill, it takes 2 points to get a +1 for a non-class skill. For a class skill, 1 gives you 1. So that's another reason why those class skills are so important.
Yeah, no, but
So
we did that though. We had
okay, as
they
long
had
as your
stars
7 is
next to it. So like climb is a class skill.
okay, as long as it's a class skill, it's 1 for 1. But
Yeah, so I spent 6 points on climb.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Especially after your historical climbing
Right.
debacle.
Well, I added to climb since then. I think I was a +3 initially. When I first leveled up, I really think I spent everything on climb and spot. And hide. Climb, spot, and hide is where I really spent the money because that's what killed me. It cost me the most in my
All right. Well,
first
why don't
venture.
you flesh out your character with the pieces that we think we need to know, while I recap what happened the last time? How about
Okay.
that? How does that sound?
That's more interesting than doing currently.
All right. Yeah, because we're just
Go ahead.
babbling while you put stuff down. So previously, Gamma World. Micho.
Music? You have music?
You want me to put music on? Hold on, let me put some.
Does you need a little background for this?
Let me put some. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's put. You hear that? Where are we? Did I fade it out? I didn't fade it out. There we go. Previously on Gamma World.
There you go.
Micho and the team, well, Micho and Gloom, engaged a group of mutant dwarf cannibal radioactivists cult who had kidnapped and subsequently were consuming not Rowan, Elwyn. They had injured him, and there was a combat in which Micho and Gloom prevailed, and they freed Elwyn from his bindings, but he was, of course, gravely injured as well. The boys of Timberland historically not doing well, not a good look for my guys. We took him back to the truck and tried to bind him, and proceeded to continue to where Gears was telling us that the farms were, and we were able to hide the truck and do some reconnaissance on the first farm, which we saw a couple of doom buggies that returned from some kind of patrol into the gates, and we're able to kind of gauge that they were doing, to G Mark's to G Mark's notes from the last meeting, they were doing sufficient crop rotation, which was important, I guess. One field looked like it had been recently reaped or whatever, or tilled or whatever,
Harvested?
and the harvested. And the other fields looked like they were getting ready. They were in a more advanced state of growth. I even believe that maybe one of the fields had been burned down, and that we were doing some reconnaissance on the compound. And I think that's really where we left off a lot. I mean, other than the combat was the bulk of the last episode.
Yeah, that was a long fight. But
And,
we
yeah.
did scope out. We were at the edge of the which that map. We're looking at the complex there.
Yep. Overlooking the complex.
Yeah, that's a
across
top
the
down.
left side over there.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I need to probably go to that on the D20 so I can manipulate it.
So yeah, and we observed somebody. I don't know if my thing is working, but there's a gate on the, let's call it north, south, east, and west. On the west side, there's a gate that leads into this complex, and we witnessed a motorcycle come out, and we dove into the bush, or the brush rather, and then we heard it return. And there are watchtowers on the corners of this complex. I'm just describing it a little bit for the podcast. And there's also a guard post at that fence, and they seem to just recognize the motorcycle driver, and they kind of just let him in. It's not like he waived any credentials. And there was some tall grain to the east of the complex and harvested grain to the south. Not sure what there was to the north.
There was green to the north. That was longer. The south green looked like it had been harvested and probably burned down. To the east, to the west where we are, that green was higher.
We're on the east side. We're on the.
We were on the east side? I thought we were on the west side.
No, we were by that road. We were overlooking this road that's going into it. We were by some brush that was on the side of this. We were out here somewhere. Excuse me while I zoom out a little bit. We were over here.
I'm trying to center this. Yeah, I thought that's the west. We were on the western side.
Okay, yes, that's absolutely the west. I'm sorry if that's what you said. Then I don't know why I interrupted you.
Like I said, the southern fields had been burned. Mm-hmm. The fields to the east were pretty long. The fields to the north were lower, and where we are is low too, but we're down in the weeds because it has the best view of the gate, which is why we moved over there.
We're in some cover over here.
There we go. I'm able to move my map now because I can't see shite. And I'm also going to move this north symbol so that we can actually see it on your zoom. Oops. There we go. Is that gonna? There we go. Good enough. Okay. So yeah, we are in. You and I, you and Gloom, the two of you are.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay.
Had a couple of smoky old fashions, so I'm repeating.
It's all right.
We're over in this area, which you can't see on your map, so hold on, let me manipulate this and move us a little bit closer, but you gotta love technology.
Yeah, draw somewhere around. Okay, I see what you're moving. That's where we are. All right, I'll get that in the.
I don't want to move us like we're right off of it, but we're right in the edge of the grain, crouched down. We're down on our bellies, looking through scopes and binoculars, and
so that's us.
Yes, sir. Don't see it on the thing yet, but
the two X's. We're right there on the edge of the
screen. Is a bit behind us. So,
all right,
and that's where we left off. That's what happened.
Okay, but night was coming, right?
Night, yeah. The sun was setting.
And it was, I think it was about an hour back to the truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that what I'd like to do is go back to the truck and check on Rowan and ask this guy to describe. I'm still trying to get a little bit, figure out this guy a little bit. Ask Gears to describe the place a little bit and see how close he matches what we actually saw.
Okay.
So I think okay. So and I also think we should devise a plan and hit this place at night. So Gloom, I think we should head back. Maybe
Okay.
I don't know, eat something, charge up, come up with a plan, and hit this place at night. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, should we watch it a little while longer? I mean, we
Yeah,
don't
well,
really know what's in there or how it operates. I mean, it might pay to. I think it might make sense to kind of watch this place for a little bit. I mean, if we feel comfortable with where we're hidden,
yeah.
I'm kind of trying to draw the dune buggies in a really terrible way, but
The grass is over our heads, correct?
um,
When we're
this
crouched
this
down, at
field
least.
is a little bit lower. But yes, if we're crouched down and we're on our bellies, yes, we've got to kind of crawl back, which is why it takes so long. We've got to crawl back a little bit till we get sufficiently away from the compound, and then we can crouch and then eventually stand. Maybe after about 20 minutes
Okay.
crawling. Sorry. And those two things are supposed to be the dune buggies that are
Those
parked
are
in
dune
the middle of the
buggies.
compound.
Okay.
Yep. The dune buggies that came in. Okay.
Oh,
And
so they weren't
we start.
motorcycles.
No, they
They were
weren't. They
two
were.
separate dune buggies.
Yes, each one had 3 people on it, and it had a very large, some kind of large weapon on the back of each.
Okay. Um. Also in this complex, there are posts that are drawn in the four corners of this square complex,
Yep.
and the southwestern post is a square where the rest of them are circles. Is there a reason for that, or is it just that that's what you picked?
I think it was accidental, but I think Joe had pointed out that it looked pretty good because it wouldn't be so uniform. I mean, and the towers kind of look like very makeshift, like it's a pole driven in the ground, and then there's a little the little 2-hand ladder, like the little iron bars that you climb up, and then at the top there's these bands of iron around it, and almost like a little dome over the top, and a lookout area. So it's reinforced, but they're put that way. That one in the corner is a little bit different. It actually looks like a platform that was constructed over there.
Okay, so
Um,
the southwestern platform is more of a platform. How many? Can I see how many legs are on that?
that one has 4 legs. The
Is
rest
it
of them have like one pole. It's almost like they drove a
like a
pole
telephone
post to
pole?
the ground, like a telephone pole type thing. And at the top, it's almost like a little bucket that can hold a couple of guys. And they have pretty decent cover up there.
Okay.
That one is more of a platform, but you also notice it overlooks the road, so it seems to be a little bit more strategic. And on it, there is a larger gun mounted on that platform, whereas the other ones don't necessarily have weapons mounted on them because they're a little bit smaller.
Okay, and by the gate, there's also a little
Yes.
guard post there.
Yeah, there's a
I know I'm
tower
sitting
right
here with my
over the gate.
binoculars. Do I make anything out over there?
No, you have 2 guys in each of the round towers and 2 in the square tower, and they overlook the gate, and they signal down to get the gate opened.
Okay. And the other structures that inside from the that I see from the chain link fence, they're just rectangular buildings. Are those rectangular buildings in the inside of this
They're
square?
rectangular. Now the long one looks a little bit lower, and it looks like maybe so where most of the buildings are a full 6 or 8 feet, wall above the ground and a roof. That one is only about 2 feet above the ground, and it has a flat roof.
Hmm.
So that one looks a little bit different.
Do I see any
Um,
doors to any of these structures from where I'm at?
no, you can't. Unfortunately, you're on the same level as everything. Everything seems
Hmm.
flat, so you don't really have a good vantage to see fully into it. But you can see the layout and see where things are, but you can't see the details in the middle of the compound because you don't have that kind of vantage point.
Okay.
Okay.
Um. Doom buggies, you said with 3 each. Do I see how many men are in the towers? Each of
2
the
per tower.
And I see the towers to the east as well from my vantage point. 2 per tower, meaning
You
all of
can
them.
see the back sides of the eastern towers, which they look mostly open on the inside of the compound. the protection seems to be more on the wall side, so it's open, and that's where the ladder is that you kind of climb down the post.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Did I do a good job?
Yes. I obviously I can't see the back of the platform, four-legged platform in the southwest.
No, you could. I mean, you could. We would have to maneuver to the other side and try to see what that looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested. I'm very interested on the look of this thing from the tall grass, the tall
Mm-hmm.
fields. But I don't know where. So you said up on top. Actually, I should probably scroll further. Okay, up on top, you have some X's up here in the north.
Yep.
That's grain as well.
Mm-hmm.
And is that short grain, shorter grain? You said than the grain
The
on the
longest
east.
grain, the longest grain is to the east.
Okay.
The field to the south has been recently plowed.
And the field
So
to the
it looks like
north
the
is in the
rotation.
between,
Yeah. So it's south is the lowest,
right?
west is the next lowest, then north is bigger, and then west is bigger. So it looks like they have a clockwise rotation of their crops.
I see. Okay.
Right.
Can I get far enough north?
Well,
Well,
are we heading back?
the
Are we
medium
heading
size
back to the
grain.
truck or not?
No, no,
I
no,
thought we
no,
were heading back to the truck.
no, no. We were describing this here, and this
Oh, okay.
medium grain here, which is to the north.
Okay, yeah.
How tall is it?
So the grain that we're on is probably about 3 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
That grain is probably between 3 and 5. It really depends.
Okay. Is there, because I can't tell from here, is there, or maybe, and maybe my character can't tell either, is there a way to continue to go north, um, and stay in this? I'd like to get to here, which is to the north side of this building,
Mm-hmm.
of this complex, rather, and do so while being inside of this, while sneaking within this grain.
So it's possible you would have to cover some open area.
Well, that's what I'm
And
wondering.
as the sun sets,
Is it
you
open
could hear.
between these two patches?
Yes, there's openings. Or I mean, look, immediately around the compound, it's pretty open. I would say for maybe 50 feet around the compound, it's pretty open, right? They wouldn't build a base with all this fortifications and then have this grain right up on top of it. So it's about 30 feet from the grain, maybe 50 feet from the grain to the fence in every single direction, right?
Okay.
So we could double back and then we would have to cross some open area. We hear a generator kick on and some light the perimeter, and it lights about 25 feet away from the fence. So about half the distance to the fence is pretty well lit, and then after that it starts to taper off. So about half the distance between the fence and the grain is pretty well lit around the compound.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but if I'm in the grain, I'm about 50 feet away in the dark.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Well,
we
maybe
could
with my
double back.
binoculars that won't. Good.
Go ahead.
No, I'm thinking if I get into that grain and continue to scope up my binoculars a little bit, that I'll get a better picture of at least each side. I'm really interested on the east side. I'd like to get there, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I should be able to. You said the sun's just going down, right?
Yeah, the sun sets. Like I said, you can hear a generator kick off, and you can see smoke coming from this on the backside of this square building here. Let me just
Which
draw
one is
something.
that?
Let me freehand a little.
So there's
something.
4 buildings inside of this complex.
Yep, and you can see from this area some smoke raising up. So that looks like the generator is in the middle, in that area there.
Okay, so on the east side of the northwest building.
Yes.
There's I hear some
southeast
noise and see some smoke of a generator.
Yep, and then all the lights start to turn on. You can see the inside of the compound's pretty well lit, and the perimeter is pretty well lit. There are some lights on the edges of the fence. They've done a pretty good job of making sure that things are well lit for a nighttime type situation.
Well, now that these buildings are lighting up, it might be easier to tell. Do I see windows in these buildings?
So the northwest building, you see some windows. the southwest building, you see some windows. You don't really have a great view of the southeast building.
Okay.
It's kind of obstructed from where you are, nor the northeast building, because it's actually completely obstructed behind that northwest building.
Right, which you already said is taller.
Yeah, which is a little bit taller. Yeah, every other building is taller than that long rectangular building.
Are the other 3 buildings the same height?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to sneak into that grain to the.
Okay. So we double back pretty easily and well out of maybe 250, 300 feet, and double back through the grain and able to sneak up through that north grain pretty easily. I mean, it's even higher than the other stuff, so we don't have to crawl. So we traverse it a lot faster in a crouch and reach the edge of the grain, and we're able to peek through. That long rectangular building looks like the bulk of the building is in the ground. It doesn't really have windows, but what you do see along that north wall is what looks like to be fence of some kind, maybe every 5 or 6 feet.
Huh. And the fence, the fencing is chain link, right?
It's chain link with some sheet metal reinforcements here and there. So you can't, like, once again, you can't get a really great view of the center of that compound, but you have some reinforced sections that are reinforced with like almost like metal plates of maybe it's steel or whatever, but the bulk of the fence is some kind of chain link. I mean, you could tell that this thing was erected pretty quickly, but it's almost like very cookie cutter. It has a cookie cutter look about it that it very functional.
I examine through my binoculars, actually, obviously from a distance, the north fence, looking for openings, imperfections, weaknesses, or something like that, or areas where it might be broken.
Can I get a spot check?
Okay.
DC 15.
D20 plus 7. My spot, I swear. You guys,
And
we could always go
spot
back.
is spot a class skill for you or not?
Yes, I believe it was.
Okay. Well, we can look. I mean,
it was a 7, so whatever skill points I spent on it added up to the right amount.
Okay.
Doesn't matter that it was a 7. But does that 1 mean anything? I rolled a 1 with a plus 7.
Yeah. Can you roll a d20 again?
Okay. Oof.
Okay.
Rolled a
No, you're
3.
fine. So now you look at the fence. It looks solid. You don't see any vulnerabilities. You don't see any areas that you can exploit. It looks like a pretty solid fence.
Okay. So there's vents in that low building. What the hell is vents about? Do I see anything new about these? Now I'm looking at the 2 north towers, one on the east, one on the west. Have I gathered any new information from this vantage point?
No, you really can't see a lot in the towers. You can see 2 shapes in the towers. The lights almost affect the way that you can see because they're shining down towards you. So you're looking from a dark area into a bright area.
Right.
But you can see 2 shapes in each tower.
Well, I was going to ask, that was my next question, is where are these lights located? Can you perhaps indicate them on...
Each tower has a spotlight at the top that points in each direction. And then along the edge of the fence, there are several lights mounted also.
On the tops of the fence?
Yep. And they're pointed to the open areas.
So
and
that
mimics the whole way around. So I'll draw it.
Right, no, you don't have to. I got you. So each outward facade of the watch post has a spotlight. So so the northwest watchtower has a spotlight facing north and one facing west. In between, along all the fences along the top of the fence, are like floodlights, flooding the distance between these watchtowers, so that there's a complete ring of this light around the structure. Seems to be 2 floodlights per side.
per side, yep. And then
plus the
almost like
spots on the
there's like
towers.
a LED strip that's pretty intense that shines along the top of the wall down. And then on the door side, the
Where's that?
gate
What?
side,
Where's the
so
LED strip?
these are like LED strips. They're like
Oh, the
these
things that
long
you draw.
LEDs that yeah, they're very bright. Each tower has 2 spotlights. And then on the gate side, it's extremely well lit on this side. I mean, there's no sneaking up to the main gate.
Now you have a road that's going into that main gate. The rest of it is just like that just happens to be a dirt road, and the rest of it's just grass. Like you said, there's no cover
Pretty
around there. That's just wide
No,
open
they
grass.
would leave. Yeah, they would keep just like any kind of base. They would keep that pretty well manicured and down, right?
Okay.
It's dirt.
Um. Okay. So then I would like to continue onward to the western part of the structure, being that the grain only gets higher, so it should maybe just get easier for me to.
Yeah, I mean, and the sun continues to go down, so it's getting darker.
It's getting darker. Okay.
Okay. So we slowly are able to double around. Do me a favor, give me a spot check. DC 12.
21.
21. Okay. So as we're traversing across the open plain and the open area between the north field and the west field, or sorry, the east field. Sorry.
Wow, the video is really
Choppy.
No, I just didn't realize how far behind audio was until you cracked open a beer.
Yeah. I didn't show the beer though. Off
No,
cam. I thought.
that's all right.
It's not a sponsor, so I got to be careful.
Sponsorship.
If Landshark Lager wants to sponsor us, I'm open. Jimmy Buffett, where are you?
Jimmy Buffett.
5 o'clock somewhere. Anyways, as you're crossing that and we crest the grain to the east, you can hear somewhere off from where we came. You hear kind of a low rustle in the grass.
Ooh. Behind us, as we're heading east, I hear it in the northern grass.
Yep.
In the northern grain, I hear something rustling.
Yep. From where we came, we could hear something rustling in kind of in our wake of where we were on the north side.
Does Gloom hear this?
You know what? I forget. Actually, I'll roll.
Gloom, did you hear that? What the fuck was that?
What was what?
Shit.
Oh, sorry. You were doing that in the game. Sorry. I'm like, what? Huh?
Gloom, what was that? Did you hear that?
I still have my character sheet.
Oh, yours is a different color, so the chroma key doesn't work. So you're okay. That's good to know.
What are you trying to chroma key?
Don't you see our stream? How cool the dice rolls look? Sort of.
Oh.
There isn't a white box anymore, but now there is because you just the
That
GM
sucks.
rolls are white. I didn't know that. Now you know. Belbiv DeVoe.
That's Grace.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Wrong sheet. Where the frick is Gloom?
Gloom?
Yeah, I'm looking for Gloom sheet. Hold on.
Oh, tell me you lost Gloom sheet.
No.
I'm this far along. I know I had Streetwise, so I wrote that down. I also had my feats were Brawl and martial art combat or something like that. I think it was called.
You had Brawl and martial arts.
And archaic weapon, I think I had.
Yep. All right. So Gloom also kind of stops when you stop, and you can hear him turn his head. I mean, he rolled a 26. I rolled a 19 on that. So he's like, and turns his head that way, and he's like, he motions you to keep going the way that you're going, and he starts to double back a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, I continue to sneak now. So I take my charge pistol out.
Okay.
While I'm sneaking now. Now that I heard something, my charge pistol's out.
Okay. And your sword is put away still. Okay. So you get into position on the eastern side. and you work your way to the edge of the grain, and you can now get a clear, much more clear vantage point of parts of that low building, and you can also maybe you try to do another spot check, and you can check that southwestern tower if you want.
Wait, now, wait, hang on a second, then. Now, did Gloom follow me, or did he stay or
No,
put?
Gloom doubled back
Okay,
towards.
good.
He doubled back and around towards the north
Towards the noise.
to investigate.
Okay, so now I'm going to hunker down in this high grain to the east. And I'm not gonna concern myself with the complex. I'm gonna turn my binoculars back towards the grain I just came from to see if I see gloom, or if I see any movement, or if I see any disturbances going on over there.
All right, make a spot check. DC 20.
No, 17.
No, I mean you're in the grain. This grain is unusually high. I mean it's more than 6 feet high, so it's over your head.
Okay.
So you really don't see anything.
So I try him on the comm. Gloomy there. Comlink.
No response.
Okay. I'm going to wait 5 minutes.
Okay. So now you're sitting there completely enswathed in this grain, and you're just standing there stock silent for 5 straight minutes.
Well, yeah. What I'm going to do is, while I'm standing there, I'm not meditating.
Okay.
I am looking at the complex at least. So
Okay.
while I'm waiting to hear, I'm going to give him a few more minutes. So while I'm waiting to hear back from him, I'm going to scope out the east side of the building and the watchtowers here and here, and that's to the north and south, and the lights and this fence too. I want to see if the same way. I want to look at this fence for any deformities, abnormalities, or weaknesses.
I mean, you don't really see anything. It's kind of more the same. You got 2 guys per tower on that side. You do get a better look at that low building. Once again, more vents on that side. It looks like
Still no windows. Are there windows on that one? I forgot.
not a single window on that.
Not a
building,
single
no.
window.
And you also see what looks like a set of stairs cut into the ground that go down into this building. Right about there.
So it looks like it. Oh my goodness, that come out of my mouth. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. It looks like it might be some sort of a bunker. Okay. Potentially. Who knows? Okay. I checked the comm link. Gloom, you there?
All right.
You're right. What happened?
Pull my dice out. So some rolls have to be secret.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna grab a hodgepodge of dice. Here's a 20. High or low for favorable?
High.
Still just.
Fucking Gloom. I put the charge pistol.
Okay.
I pull out my vibroblade.
Okay.
And I go sneaking back to the damn crane I was at before, looking for Gloom now. Now I'm looking for Gloom.
All right.
That's all right. Sounds like you have a
million
lot of
dice.
dice.
Yeah, I do.
You're not going to roll all of those, are you?
No. I'm just trying to get a full set of the right color.
Don't roll the yellow ones.
No, the yellow ones are. I don't even want. That's part of the problem. Every one I pulled out was a yellow one.
Yeah,
we know
like
how
the
those
yellow
go.
ones.
The
Yellow
dice are retired.
They are good. Fucking, I got killed by those yellow dice. I've been seeing some nice dice on Twitter, by the way. They have some interesting. Some of them are really pretty, but you can't read the numbers unless it's bad pictures.
Some dice are like great to look at, but they're not super practical. Metal dice are great to look at, but
metal.
G Mark, what do you think? What kind of dice do you use?
Metal dice? That's interesting. They had like really cool looking dice, but again, it was like I somehow was struggling to see the number, and I guess though, and when you're playing a game, you're at a table, you got a nice light, and it's not an issue. And the dice vaults look nice too.
Yeah, I mean, and you usually have a die cup, which is a new thing. We never used the fucking cup before. That's totally new. All right. So you start doubling back towards the north, I guess, with your vibroblade out. Do you have it on?
Yes. Well, this is something I never really cleared up. Did when I turn it on, I mean, does it glow? Does it make a noise? I don't know.
It doesn't glow, but it is a vibroblade, so it does vibrate, and there's a hum to it. So I would say anybody within 20 feet of you can hear that noise.
20 feet, really? Can hear the hum?
Yeah, I mean,
wow. All right, so I'm gonna keep it off.
So think about this: that thing vibrates so fast that you can cut through almost anything with it. So it has to have some kind of high frequency whine to it.
Well, except for a dwarf's head. Can't cut through that.
Oh, you gonna bring that up again?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, we'll talk about the intricacies of combat so that you're like, if you're gonna do like a sellout and swing for their head and you don't even care about your defense, but the fact of the matter is, aiming will help you, but you still have to hit. He's moving, you're moving.
Yeah, I got you. But I was arguing about the connection. If I connected for cinematic effect.
Yeah, but if you connected with this much of the blade versus this much of the blade, that's a vast difference, and that difference is the die roll.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You're moving. You're moving for combat, but you don't want to oversell a combat move. He's moving to dodge you. I mean, he's not standing still. Obviously, combat is it's a give and take, and that's the reality of the role. And yeah, you know what? It's not always ultra realistic. I mean, look, let's face it. The human body can't take a tenth of what these role-playing characters take. That's just the reality of it.
Right. No, I mean, it's a game.
C-Mark says that metal dice can mess up your table.
So he uses chess X dice. Yeah, I think I've had chess X dice for something else. I know the name chess X from something.
Yeah, I know that too. Wasn't that a store in the mall? That's Chess King, not Chess X.
Wow.
I wasn't really ever cool enough to shop.
80s parachute pants. Yeah.
It was, a lot of like members only jackets and shit. So you start doubling back.
Okay.
And you find yourself back in the north field, but you're not. Make another spot check.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. 26.
26. So further north, you hear some rustling again. Very, very, very subtle, but you picked it up.
Deeper north into the grain?
Way deeper north, yeah.
I check Gloom. I check the comm again. Gloom, you there? Gloom,
high or low?
Could you answer me? God damn it. Hi.
Out here. Find it.
Oh. Answer me before. I thought maybe something fucking aged.
But I'm also trying to be quiet.
All right. Okay, so.
Just go back to the position on the east and I'll find you.
I don't know. I feel uncomfortable about that.
Okay.
Are you sure? Okay, I'll go.
Okay. I'll call you later. I'll call you later. I'll call you.
Please make sure you call me.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Let me call. Okay.
So you don't want me to call you. All right, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna call you.
We're talking too much. I'm gonna go. We're talking too much.
Okay.
All right, and then I just hang up, and I
miss you.
No, you didn't.
I just thought that would be funny.
It was funny.
He's just such an awkward. He's so awkward. You're like, he's like, and he's like quiet. He goes,
okay. Goodbye. Stop. All right, I'm going. I can hang up. Now he's getting weird. Now you're getting fucking weird. and I hang up on him.
It's a fucking weirdo. Um. So okay. So what do you do?
I go back where you think you told me. I sneak
All right.
back.
You go back to the east and you're scoping things out. So yeah, you're really looking at that low bunker. I mean, it really stands out as it's a different. It got it. Whatever it is, it has a totally different function. There's no windows. It's literally, like I said, about 2 feet of it is above the ground, flat roof, and nothing but vents built into the wall.
And no weaknesses in that side of the fence.
Nothing that you see, and you can see that platform, parts of that platform, and you can see into it, and they have a large. You're not really sure what kind of weapon it is, but it's a big cannon-looking
Where's that?
thing on that square platform to the southwest.
Okay.
Like I said, you also see
Shit.
some. You also start to see some.
Because I really
movement.
want to see this side of the building too now. I want to see this whole thing. I want to see over here too. But now
Okay,
over
so you
here,
wanna go
the
to the
grain
south.
is low, right? In the south. The grain's been harvested. So that means there's a lot of
Sorry, I'm
space.
laughing because G Mark must be like close to our age because he's talking about Chess King and merry-go-round, and that's where he's got his
He got his parachute pants there. Were they Cavaricis?
They were Cavarici, yeah. Are they Spermatucci Stonewash?
I had the Cavaricis were big, and there was a jacket too. Oh, I think it was I forget what type of jacket it was, but it was a jean jacket, but it wasn't. It was a very specific type of jean jacket that you had to wear with the Cavaricis. I remember having the jacket and not the pants.
I didn't have the jean jacket. I was pretty uncool, actually. I know it's hard to believe, everyone, but I was uncool.
Yeah, no, it's very hard to believe. It's lies, I tell you. So now, over here, is there any grain further out? So the same.
That's
How far
completely
south does
flat.
this grain
The
field
south
go?
is it's the same thing. I mean, but that grain is completely burned down. There's zero cover to the south.
And the size of the grain field, because like on these, I was able to hide in the grain fields. So if I went to go past the grain field, how far away would I be?
I mean, you'd have to go several hundred feet to come back around, and you'd have to crawl across the ground of that grain field for a long time. I mean, it would take a good couple of hours for you to be able to crawl up so you can really see things from the south because there's zero cover there.
Yeah, I mean, I was assuming this field is much larger than
sorry,
these.
G-Mark. I think G-Mark and I and Nick are all probably about the same age. Sorry, and Pete are all the same age. He's 46
at this
as
point.
well.
Whatever. Okay, so yeah, this field is much larger to the south, I'm assuming.
They're all about that size. They really are pretty good size fields.
No, yeah, but I mean, the same size fields. Yeah, I worded that wrong, but yeah. I could be 50 feet away and be in the fields to the north and to the west, but to the south, I would have to be past the fields to be back into the grass, and that puts me hundreds of yards south, assuming, if not more. I mean, a typical farm would be like quarter mile of grain probably.
Yeah, I mean the problem is there's no grain there, so you have no cover. It's been
there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's a really
for as far as I could see.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to approach on that side.
Okay. Sorry, I'm playing with my neck. I have several bites on my neck.
They're not.
I should show you the bite on my leg. You'd throw up.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway.
Bugs, yeah, actually, bugs. That's the one thing we have in common. Bugs find both you and I delicious because my legs are just covered in fucking bites, like constantly in the summertime. It's like I'm a leper. It's bad.
Yeah, I know. It's awful.
I hate it.
Okay.
That's why I'm getting my yard. I haven't gotten my yard. You get your yard sprayed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do I? Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do. But I don't think it does anything. Or maybe it would be much worse if I didn't do it.
Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna spray ours. Hopefully, it'll make me not look like a leper this summer. But, anyways, so I digress. So,
okay. Well, I mean, has anything new happened inside the structure? I look inside the structure from this vantage point. Do I see any the backside of the northwest tower? I'm assuming is open the same way the
eastern towers were open?
Yes, so you can see the inside of them. There's 2 people per tower, except for the tower in front of the gate. There's 1 person, and then you
And the
start to see
platform one is also open in the back?
and you can see 2 people there. Yeah,
Okay.
it's only reinforced on the outside wall.
On the outside walls. Okay.
So, and you can start to see now. It's been a couple of hours, maybe. I mean, we've been jumping around in the weeds for a while there. It's been maybe 2 or 3 hours after sundown, and you start to see some people milling about and coming out of the other buildings, the more squarish buildings, not that long building, but the other 3 buildings, and you see some turnover starting to happen at the walls,
So like looks like a shift change is going on?
like some kind of shift change. Yeah.
I look at my watch.
Okay.
And make note of the time.
It's about 2,200 hours.
2200 shift change. Okay. I don't know.
Nothing. Laughing. Mark wants to know what's up with you and the bug bite. Nick, actually, we rub him in bacon and sugar when we go outside. So the bugs find him. He's actually even more delicious than me. I don't even know what it is. You know.
I don't even. Do you want to see my leg, Mark?
I don't know. Mark, if you could see this bite that he showed me on the show one day, it was literally his torso. It was a bite, and then his entire torso was
my whole left side,
a red ring.
No, right side.
I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. I'm a bit of a worry wart. I saw it. I'm like, I'm worried. I was telling my wife, I'm like, I'm worried for Nick because he has a giant red. It's like I might actually have a nervous breakdown if I had something like that happen.
Well, that's the bite that led me to go get tested for Lyme disease, and then they found out I had Lyme disease for probably a long time,
which led to your
Bell's palsy.
Which led to the horrific vacation.
Which led to the chicken pox.
But I'm hanging out with a guy who's going, I'm gonna make peach cobbler. Like, Nick.
Yeah. I was talking like I had a stroke.
Peach cobbler. Like this poor fucking.
It was good, that damn peach cobbler.
It was amazing. No, everybody had a good time. But you're like by a fire with like you got one eye squinted like fucking Popeye, and
I had this permanent look of misery on my face, even though I was smiling.
Dude, I know. And then we were gonna make it up this Memorial Day, and then
COVID-19,
fucking global pandemic. Oh my god.
And then. Yeah. And then that summer, August, when I went on vacation, I had chickenpox.
No,
so it was like 2019 sucks. I said 2020 is going to be my year.
Yep,
2020 is the year,
baby. Yep.
And fucking February, right after my birthday, I got a nice kick in the ass. We all got a kick in the ass.
Fuck 20. I know you were like, I remember you tweeted fuck 2020.
I did.
It was like, dude, it's fucking February.
So Mark, you sure you're saying that's okay? Are you sure you don't want to see my leg? Pretty nasty.
No. It actually is it's gangrenous.
It's staining my jeans.
Oh.
Yeah. It's stained my jeans today.
Dude, I have to come over to the hacksaw and we're going to take it off like
Civil War. It's gangrenous. No, it's not. It was staining my jeans. It's oozing.
Mark, he has this weird thing where he has his wife take pictures of his ailments. He's like, why do you have a picture of the? I would go through my iCloud and be like freaked out 5 years later, like holy shit.
I want pictures of all this stuff so I could show it off.
I had septic shock from a fucking spider bite or something. All right, so you're in the edge of the woods and you're kind of in the edge of the green, and you're eyeing to the left and the right, and you're looking in that left field, and all of a sudden on your right shoulder you feel just a finger tap you.
Whoa! What the fuck? I turn to the finger with my blade, my viral blade.
He holds his hand. Oh.
Gloom? Can't find it. First of all, you see this thing in our ears? These are comlinks. You could have just fucking told me that you were coming.
Didn't want to startle.
You didn't want to startle me, so you tapped me on the shoulder in the dark? You'll look at it and chop your head off. Even though this
Okay.
sword doesn't seem to be able to do that. But I
But-
could have
okay.
I could have tried to almost
Okay. Well,
almost decapitated you with this thing.
I'm not going to sneak up on you. You seem a little jumpy.
I am
Okay.
jumpy. We're in the woods over the grain. I'm standing in corn. Anyway, where did it sound like? You think it's an animal? A person?
It definitely has 4 legs. I don't know what it was,
has
but
4
it's out
legs.
here with us.
Is it
Okay.
big, you think?
It looks pretty big. It looks about twice our size.
So
and it's
you
got
left tracks and stuff?
I saw some tracks to the north that was right on us, so I don't know.
And it's just to the north? Is that where you saw it last?
It was where we were. It was where we were.
And now it's gone, or it's just still like looming around?
I couldn't find it. It's moving. It's on the move. So seems like it's following us.
Okay, following up. That's good.
Is it good? You're being sarcastic.
Well, I don't know what it is. What if it's friendly? It would be good. Send it gates or something.
Oh, what if we smeared the gates in like bacon grease or something?
Well, we can't get near the gates. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If they would, a monster out here would be a good distraction.
It would be pretty good distraction. We could also blow something up or light something on fire. I think those are good distractions too.
Yeah. I have. How many grenades did I have? Shit. I want to say I had like 2 frag grenades. But
you know what? Okay. Is there anything else we want to look at, and we can go back to the camp and talk about this?
You want to go back to camp?
I don't feel comfortable talking about it here. I feel like we're out in the open.
Okay.
And he's looking around the whole time.
All right. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna go with your instincts on this. You want to lead the way back? I'll lead. That's the other thing is we gotta go back through that northern field to go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's cut it as close as we can and get back as fast as we can.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to see what the hell wrong.
Yeah. I mean, that kid's a loose cannon. Okay, let's go.
He's a loose cannon?
I don't know.
Really?
And he turns and just moves to the north.
Wait, how long you been feeling that? When me?
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's very happy with you.
Well, they all seemed like they were freaking pissed.
Well, it didn't help that you hesitated over that dude's body with your gun like you were going to put a bullet in
I
his
thought he was
head.
dying. I was trying to put him out of his misery.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people.
He's too stupid to see that.
That's a very pragmatic decision, but people tend to react to stuff like that. I don't have a problem with it. Look, I'm not judging you. I got your back. But you know what? People tend to react negatively when you're like, I'm going to put this guy out of his misery.
Believe me, I see many people who wish I would have done something like that to them. Anyway, let's go.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not choosing your judgment. It's just an observation.
I don't know. I'm sick of pussyfooting around these kids. They're starting to piss me the fuck off.
That's fine. Wait, kids, you're all the same fucking age.
Yeah, but they're kids. I think to me, they're fucking kids for some reason.
Well, maybe emotionally. You're right. You've been through some shit, dude. I get it.
Should we be having this fucking conversation over here?
I don't know. We're standing in a wheat field.
All right. Well, listen.
I
guess what can we get past the northern woods, northern grain, this grain over here on the north side first before we start talking about this? I didn't. You got to tell me why the fuck why you're saying this about him. You see, just because he's mad at me, he's a loose cannon. He's something else. You're not telling me.
He seems very volatile. I don't know. Okay, let's go.
But
we'll talk about. I don't know. Let's find a spot where we can have this conversation.
Okay, all right,
this is not the place to have this conversation.
Okay, go. All right, so I just shut up, and I keep my vibroblade out. It's still turned off still.
Okay.
And I'm gonna follow him back to back to that tall grass.
He reaches the corner of the grass on that eastern field, and then quickly moves across the open field, probably about 400 feet from the lights. And it's almost like you guys are moving a little bit closer to those lights every time to see what they can and can't see. And you're able to cross that field, and you're in the north field, skirting the edge and moving, east to west across that north field without much problem. You're crouched. You're probably like in a 3/4 crouch, and you're following Gloom. You can see him ahead of you, and you almost notice at times when you have a visual on him, like almost at the edge of his body, you can see things kind of blur, and you have trouble keeping sight of him at times. Like you're able to, but he almost literally at times disappears right in front of your eyes, which is unusual, and it's something just beyond being sneaky. Like there's more to it, and it's his entire body. It's almost like he becomes moderately translucent at times and very difficult to follow. As you cross that northern field, and he gets you back across to the western field, and you're now crouched pretty low and moving slow and back towards the truck. And then he finds a good spot and he stops again. Pulls out a bar, and he takes a big bite of the bar and starts munching it.
How far did we get?
You are on the western side. You're about halfway to the truck, and he stopped for a second.
Oh, okay.
And he reaches in his pocket, he pulls into the bar out, and he kind of offers it to you.
Oh, thanks. So I take it.
All right, you bite it. It's really dry, but it's got a sweetness to it, and it's kind of got some berry flavors, and you're munching like some kind of like weird protein bar that melts in your mouth.
Hey, Gloom.
Mm-hmm.
What I notice sometimes when I'm following you, you kind of like get blurry. What's that about? Is that like that your clothes? Is that your? How is that? What is that?
No, it's something to do with the poison. It makes it harder for people to see me too. I mean, I do have some tech that helps me blend in, but it's the poison on my skin. It does a lot of different things. It helps me, so it kind of makes me better at what I do. It's why Bling brought me in. It's why I'm good at my job. I'm used to working by myself too. I'm not used to working in a group, so I'm, it's awkward at times.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was just asking about the blurriness. I didn't think you were awkward.
No, I mean, something about the poison bends the light around me, and it makes it difficult for people to see me.
Yeah, it's hard to follow you, dude, especially when it's dark. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. No, it's, hey,
all right, well.
it helps me.
No, I mean, I guess it has been in a way.
What makes me extra sneaky?
No, super sneaky.
So
let me ask you a question too.
I mean, what's your plan with these?
Why did you call him a loose cannon?
I mean, he's kind of gone off the reservation since he's met these other guys. He's got different ideas, but
so not like Bundy's off the reservation, like something like he's not to be trusted type of off the reservation.
Well, look, I definitely don't think he'd like that you're going to put a bullet in Owen.
All right, well, I told you why that was.
No,
should I explain that to him? Is he that stupid?
Look, I got you. You and I don't have to have this conversation. I get it. I understand. Like I said, we talked about the mission. The mission is we got to get your mom. We got to free these people. That's what we got to do. But these guys don't really. They've got a different outlook. They've got a different life. They've lived differently than we've lived. I don't know that they've seen the challenges that you've seen or that we've dealt with. The persecution.
Yeah, no, I understand. But I don't know why you said loose cannon. I feel like there's something about them that's bothering you or something. Is there?
I just think we need to keep an eye on them. I mean, Bundy's went off the reservation. We saw what happened there.
Yeah.
Owen is down for the count, and Rowan seems a little unstable. I mean, he wants revenge. He wants to free these people, but I don't know. I got a bad feeling.
Yeah. Okay. So the two people that we got with us to help us, we have bad feelings about.
Well, one of them is pretty fucked up, so we don't have a lot of help. You and I need to be able to take this place. So what I think we need to consider, whatever we need to consider, is a distraction. We get in and we get out. But I think, look, we've seen this place at night. Doesn't seem a lot of activity. Let's come back in the daytime and see what we're dealing with. Come up with a plan. Find a pattern. Find a distraction. We get in and we get out of this place.
Well, I noticed. I don't know if you saw. You were chasing the that thing, whatever the hell that thing is. Which we should probably get to the bottom of that. But I don't know. Part of the problem is I don't know how long we can wait. You know, are they executing slaves? Are they going to move them out, and then we have to try and scope out another place? We have to move a little quickly. But
well, it looks like a work camp, dude. Right? I mean, who's working?
That's what it looks like so far. Yeah, it looks similar to something I've been in.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like a work camp. So I don't think they're executing people.
No.
At some point, maybe they bring the people out to the fields to work the fields.
So I noticed that they change like the guards at 2200.
Yep, that's good. That's good. You said 2200. He goes to a pad and he scribbles a couple things down.
Okay. But I didn't see any weaknesses on the west gate, and I didn't see anything on the north gate. Did you?
No, I think that gate is probably the most reinforced gate. So that's definitely not the way we want to go.
The north gate?
Well, no, yeah, the west gate. The west gate.
Yeah, definitely the west gate. We have to stay away from that gate.
We definitely don't want to try to go in there because that seems to be the most reinforced gate. So I think we need to go the one opposite side and find a way to create a distraction. Whether it's a fire, an explosion. You said, I liked your idea with the animal. If I could figure that out, that would be great.
Yeah, well, maybe we should go check in the daytime to see where the slaves come out, where they go back, where they.
No, I think.
You think we could hold?
That's a good routine to understand.
You think that we could hold in that grass, that tall grass, even during the daytime?
I don't know. Let's go back and see.
All right.
I mean, maybe we got to move the truck a little bit further. I don't know. We'll have to see. The Doom buggies they came in, so they must do some kind of patrolling during the day. I'm assuming. So they must.
Yeah, I don't know if we should move that truck that much at all.
Yeah. That's a valid point.
Yeah, with those Doom buggies going around.
I mean, here's what I like, Micho, between you and me. That west side of the building, only 2 towers.
Yep.
Only 4 guards, right?
Yep.
If we could do some kind of distraction on the east side of the building. If we could do some kind of distraction on the west side of the building at the main gate, that would be huge. Distract them, literally have everybody looking in the opposite direction. If we can take out those towers, we can get in the building. I mean, I guess what are we doing? We're trying to free the slaves, right?
Yeah, the problem is that let's say we get in the building, we clear them out. We like, let's say that building that looks like a bunker. Let's say that the slaves are in there, and we don't even know that they are. They could be, or they may not be. Me personally, the underground building is a building I would be in. So for all I know, that whoever's running this place is in that bunker. But if we went in there and freed everybody out, then everybody's free and everyone's in that complex. And how do we get them out of whatever small hole we make in the gate, or if we climb the gate, now we're trapped in the complex with all these people. And thing is that this is the camp, right?
Yep.
Isn't there a refinery?
Yeah.
Did you see a refinery anywhere?
No, I didn't see anything there.
You know what I'm thinking?
Well,
if we went to the refinery and caused a distraction at the refinery by doing something like, I don't know, blowing it up or something, I think this camp would empty out. There's no way of telling.
We don't.
There's no way of knowing that.
We don't know where the refinery is, right? We also don't know where your mom is. Is she in this camp? Is she in In the refinery? Is she in the
Exactly.
other camp?
No, I
No,
mean,
we don't know.
I think there's 2 camps and a refinery, I think is what he said.
Yes.
So we may be just, not that there's anything wrong with freeing slaves from a camp, but they may not be the slaves that I'm trying to free.
Yeah.
I think,
I mean, so do we wait to get an eye on the slaves, see that there's somebody there that you want to free,
yeah,
and then do
exactly.
it, or
During the
not?
day, I might maybe see somebody. Or maybe we can
Yeah.
bring Rowan, and maybe Rowan will recognize somebody, because I haven't been in my town in 9 years.
Yeah. Fair point.
All right, so
I think that's a good idea.
let's go get Rowan.
Okay.
Let's go see what's
We're gonna do this tonight.
No,
Okay.
no, we'll go in the morning. At first light. Maybe we should rest up.
Okay.
Tell Rowan what's going on.
Anything you want to say about Rowan before we get back, so that we are, we can have a private conversation?
I don't know. I told you they're getting on my nerves.
You know what, dude? I want to say I'm sorry. I had another microphone that was like straight up open over here, so I muted it, which is good. Does it sound better now?
Maybe there's less background noise.
Yeah, it was picking up all kinds of. I was hearing like dripping and everything. Big mess. But I realized I have another mic connected and I had it on, so it's muted now. So that should be better for everybody.
Is it the karaoke mic?
It's a karaoke mic. Hey, good looking. We'll be back for you later. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think that I don't know. They're look, I don't know them. I mean, yeah, they're from my town, but I don't know them. And they are Bundy's. I didn't really get to know. He just lost it, which is understandable. But these Elwyn and Rowan and their, I don't know, the way they acted at the card game, the way they acted at the garage, the way they acted in the car, the way they acted during the lookout, and then Owen gets himself caught by cannibals, and then we have to go through that whole ordeal, and then when it's over and I'm getting dirty looks and so
sleep. You want to kill them in their sleep?
No,
we could do it.
I know you.
I mean, I'll do that for you.
I know you will, but I think that I think they're just more trouble than they're more work than not, and I don't know. Let's at least see if he's useful in that we could find out maybe if we're at the right camp, or if he recognizes any of these people. Gears, I don't know how much he is at this point either.
Well, I mean,
I like
information, but we got to worry about him the whole fucking time, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, let's kill all these motherfuckers. Let's kill all these motherfuckers. I mean, I don't know. This is too many people. I'm not used to this many people. Actually, you're twice as many people as I'm used to having around.
I know. Can we use Gears as a distraction?
What do you want to do? Well, let's strap a bunch of explosives to him and send him up the main road.
Yes.
We could blow his fucking ass up.
We could tell him that we could make him we could devise his whole plan, strap all this stuff to him, and send him in, and when everyone's freaking out and trying to defuse him and stuff, and we could just be doing something completely different than we even told him. We could just be doing, something completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we can't tell anybody else.
There's lots of good ideas.
You and I think we're gonna.
My brain is going on.
We should just light him on fire and send him running up the road.
we could do that. We could cover him in gas or something.
Yeah, we could rub him in we can make some petroleum jelly and gas. We could light his ass on fire and send him right up that fucking main road. I mean, what's better than that?
I mean, he's going to run away from us. We don't have to convince him to run away from us and run towards the camp. He's going to run right towards the camp the second we let him go. But
do we need anything else from him other than this?
I don't know. He's got nothing in his pockets, and I can't trust anything he says. I don't know. Oh, let's go back to the camp. Let's see what.
I mean, as
Maybe
long
they're
as
not
we
even there
understand that we
anymore.
can't, if
Maybe
we
we're
understand
arguing
that we
about.
can't trust what he says, maybe we can glean something from that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that there's more to what he's saying than that's what I'm. That's what's got me curious. Because if he's just a
I
mechanic,
mean,
he seems to know he knows too much to be a mechanic.
he said he's ahead of his mechanical organization. So, but he's going to tell us enough to keep himself alive, right? But not enough to give us anything significant.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
mean, maybe if we agree that that's what he's going to do, it makes him more useful. I know you want to run back, but I feel like we have to have this conversation before we go back because we can't talk this way back there.
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Because we had a camp full of fucking horse shit back. I mean, dude, there's some
Let's
crazy,
just fucking blow
crazy
it up.
people. Yeah. And we got a guy with no tongue and no fucking hand.
I
He's
know.
pissed off. He thinks
I
he's gonna
should-
put a bullet in him.
I mean, that's a tough way to be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Missing a fucking arm and a tongue and having a scorched face, pieces of your side cut off, and
they sliced steak him off of his sides and grilled it up.
the
on a
fuck.
stick. I don't know. Dude.
All right. I think let's go back and let's talk to the two of them and see what the fuck they.
Okay.
You don't
All right.
you don't trust either of them, and neither do I. I guess is that the end result of this conversation?
I mean, I don't trust anybody, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. Well, me neither. So but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I
Correct in
trust. I mean, I trust you. You. I mean, we're good. You and me are good. I mean, so I don't have a problem with that. But
Yeah, well, let's go see what these guys are about.
so we roll up on the truck, which they're very like low light. They got tarps over the back of the truck, and you know the lights are very dim back there. And and outside you see Rowan standing. Who goes there?
Hey, Rowan, it's us. Gloom and Micho.
The fuck, guys, you've been gone for a long time.
Gears still tied up.
Yes, I got Gears in the back, I got Elwin in the back, and I've been on fucking watch for 6 hours by myself.
Yeah, well, we've been scoping the place out to see what the fuck's. So I just go past them and I go in to see how's Elman doing.
He's sleeping. He's hurt, but he's okay. You slip into the back of the truck, and Gears is chained there and bound. His mouth is bound, and it just reeks of urine in the back of the truck because he has not been released. So he just pissed himself in the back of the truck.
Okay.
And at the end of the truck is Elwin laying there, and you could smell the wounds on him. You could smell the freshness of the wounds, and they're wrapped in the fresh blood on his stump.
Ugh.
And Gears is like, he immediately starts mumbling and.
Yeah,
frantically
we're
trying
pretty
to
far
communicate
from the
with
camp, right? So I'm
Yeah, you're a decent amount away from the camp.
so I ungag him.
Okay. He's like, oh my god, dude, I gotta go. I gotta take a shit. You gotta get me out of here.
All right. I grab him by his. I unlatch him from the truck, but I keep him tied up. Right?
All
'Cause
right,
we
so you
tied.
unlatch his handcuffs that you have that handcuff him to the, the half circular latch in the bottom of the truck, and really, you can pull him by that because it's connected to his bindings on his wrists.
Right.
And you pull him out the end of the truck, and he kind of falls. He just reeks of piss because he's been chained up the whole time. And Rowan is he's been by himself, really. I mean, he doesn't have anybody else but him that is mobile at this point.
Right. I check his pants one more time, like quick, just like his pockets to make sure that.
All right. So you grab his front pockets and they're empty, but your hands squish. There's just his pants are soaked with piss.
I wipe the piss off my hands on the back of his shirt.
Okay.
And then I can he pull his own pants down?
No. His
No.
hands are bound, so I mean, you could, if you let go of his hands, he might be able to relieve himself. If you even with his hands bound, he could probably relieve
He can
himself.
pull his pants down with his hands while they're bound.
Yeah.
All right, I take him to like a little bit, like I take him a little bit away from the truck. Um, I take my vibro blade out. I turn it on.
Okay.
I put him like um I don't want to let go of him. Wait, is there a chain attached to him? Like is he attached to a chain?
Yeah, you have a chain between
Like
his
almost like a
hands.
leash type of
Yep. No,
thing?
the same chain that they had, that Grace and Hope
Okay.
had wrapped around his hands. You have,
The
you
chain that
can
he was
lead him
hanging from, I
around with
think
it.
initially, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
his
I'm
hands are
gonna
together, but he could reach down and
all right, so I'm just
pull.
gonna take it to the vibro blade and I'm gonna hold like that leash part of his chain and give him some distance. But not a lot, obviously. I'll just stand there with the blade. Okay, go.
Okay, so you lead him out there into an area, maybe 20 or 30 feet from the truck, and you lead him out with the chain, and he wanders out to the edge, and you turn it on, and he kind of freezes for a second. He can hear the vibroblade humming behind him, and you can see him kind of stop for a minute, and he drops his pants, and you can hear him just defecate. It's a disgusting mess. Um, and he relieves himself and pulls up his pants, and he's like, "Do I got another pair of pants?" He goes, This is terrible. The kid wouldn't let me out, and he's completely overwhelmed. And next time you guys got to bring me with you. This is up. You're putting me in a position here. I can't help you if you don't let me help you.
How can you help me? What do you mean help us?
Look, I know everything about these places. I know the logistics here. I know the trucks. I know how the patrols work. I know everything. Come on, you got to let me help you.
I don't know. Why don't you start by describing the complex? Here, draw it on this piece of paper. And I hand him a piece of paper and a pencil. Do I have a
Okay.
pencil? Yes, I think I do have a pencil.
Yeah, you got something. Oh,
No, because Gloom had one, so I think I still had that
uh,
one. Writing instrument of some kind.
So he starts to draw some things out really roughly with like the pencil and the paper, and he gives you a piece of paper, and it looks a lot like what you're looking at. You see the towers, you see the road. He's like, "This is what the compound looks like."
This building here, this long, thin, rectangular building. What is that? What's inside?
That's where they keep the workers.
The other buildings is filled with what? Guards?
Yeah, there's a communication bunker. There's a couple of there's a barracks. The larger square building, that's the barracks. There's a communication bunker, and then there's an armory.
Have you been inside this place before?
No, but I know how they set them up.
Have you been into any of these places before?
Not No, not directly. No,
How do you know then all these?
because like I said, I run the trucks. I run the vehicles. These places get resupplied. My guys go in and out. I know what they look like. I know. You gotta trust me. Look, I'm not fucking with you, man. I don't even know what your name is, but
Oh,
you drug me way the fuck out here. I don't want to die. Do we
Visit.
do we need to take do you need hold on, time out. Do you need to take a bathroom break?
Do I need a bathroom? Oddly,
Yeah.
no.
I actually do very quickly, so I'm
Ha
gonna
ha
go.
ha. Ha
It's my turn.
ha
I'm gonna go. Well, I've been drinking. I'm gonna go over to my deep well over here. Basement.
You're gonna pee in your sump pump?
Yeah, I'm gonna let that shit pump out. So give me 2 seconds. So play some music or
Okay.
something. I'll mute my microphone so
In
nobody hears
the
it.
meantime, I'm gonna talk with Mark. I haven't spoken to Mark in a while. There's a shaman shortage in Gamma World as well. Can't get toilet paper. I didn't even touch on. I don't know, Mark, if you. I think you said you listened to the other show. It feels weird not talking about all the stuff that's going on in the world, but maybe it's better that not to. I don't know. Ripping down statues, freaking riots, police brutality, Black Lives Matter, COVID, countries opening up, spikes in cases. I don't know. We haven't talked about anything. Well, it's hard filling airtime while someone pees. I wonder when last was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago when I went to the bathroom, which was I think I must have been gone a long time because I did it out a whole like 4 minutes from the podcast. I think of silence. Something about Applebee's too came up. I'm not sure what that was about. But yeah, the new digs are nice. They're looking good on the screen. Yeah, and I'm thinking I should go to the bathroom, Mark, right? I probably should because what'll happen is he'll come back, and then I'll have to go. That's just the way it goes all the time. I wonder if this thing's recording. No, not yet. It's still going. Oh, he's back from the sump pump. Here he is with his kung fu shirt. What is that? What's on that shirt, by the way?
This is my it's Captain America as Hercules fighting the Hydra.
Oh, it's a
Obviously.
Hydra. Looks like a dragon.
It's a
from here.
Hydra.
I'm only looking at a
Yeah,
small
it's
version
like
of it.
Yeah, it's that's my favorite Woot shirt that I have is my Captain America shirt, obviously. All right, so where were we? Okay, so yeah, Gears said his plea to you.
So, no, I was just talking to Mark about the other show and how we haven't talked about any of the other, well, anything that's been going on in like the world. We've been like living in
Yeah.
this bubble in the bunker.
Yeah, I mean,
And we
yeah, I
also
think we
we
were
also talked
leaning
about how
into
you
the
can't make fun of my bladder anymore.
No, officially no, but since I've been working out, I've been drinking so much water, it's like
Oh,
crazy.
oh,
Crazy the amount of
he
like
must
my
work.
hydration
You
level
working out?
is through the roof. Yeah,
He must work out.
must work. Yeah.
Okay, so what were you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, I was.
So Gears made his plea to you of why he's so fucking helpful.
Right. No, I thought you were saying something about something else. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I just drag him back to the truck because I don't know how to answer this. I don't know what the fuck. I just latch him back into the truck. I don't even really say anything to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk to. I want to talk to Gloom to see.
Okay. So
after I latch him in, then I also like to talk to Elwyn. Oh,
Elwyn is sleeping.
Elwyn is sleeping. Elwyn fell asleep.
Yep. Rowan is awake, but Elwyn is asleep.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Rowan and Elwyn. Why do we have to make their names so close?
I rolled it actually, so I didn't even have a choice. Bundy's was the only one that was different, which is also kind of doofy. Bundy's is a doofy ass name.
You know, it's funny wearing a backwards when you're bald and you wear like a backwards baseball cap. You shouldn't wear one that has an open back because.
Oh yeah, you got to go like.
I have this extra patch of skin. It looks like. I look like a cyborg in Gamma World.
You need a fitted hat, or you need like.
I have one. But I don't.
Where is your?
My Yankee hat.
So Mark is right. Usually our bathroom breaks are sponsored by Applebee. Feeling good in the neighborhood. See, Mark pays attention. I like having him in the room. He's Mark's good people.
Yeah. Definitely. But what it's getting in that hour. It's what is it? 11:30. I'm glad you put music on.
Yeah, need a little more, some kind of
Yeah.
background. I wish we did this when we were in the weeds.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we had an animal chasing us. There should have been some suspenseful music playing.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah,
I
not
fucked
to.
up.
It's hard to GM and produce at the same time.
Yeah, that's why we need a producer.
Yeah. I think that so gloom. Oh, Ellen is awake. That's what we were saying.
Yeah. Elwin is sleeping.
Ellen is
awake.
sleeping. Rowan is awake.
Yep.
So Rowan did like after I latch him in, I get away from the truck a little bit. I imagine Rowan and Gloom are nearby, and I'll just ask Rowan. So did anything happen while we were gone?
No, I mean he tried to talk to me, but I didn't really want to talk to him.
Okay. Did you hear anything out here? Did a motorcycle come by or a
No, it's been actually pretty quiet out here. There's nothing. It's nothing. Quiet.
Okay. And Elwin just fell asleep, and Gears apparently peed himself, and then but you haven't spoken to him about anything yet. I mean, since we left.
No, I what would I talk to him about? I mean,
I don't know. I'm just
that
wondering
guy's
if you
he's
learned
a
anything.
piece of shit. I'm worried about Elwin. And what did you see? What did you guys see out there? What's going on? What are we doing? What's happening?
There's a large complex. It's well guarded. It's well lit. There appears to be some large animal also that's in the grain around this complex. We don't know what it is. We couldn't get a good look at it. We only heard it. I think Gloom saw its tracks. You saw its tracks, Gloom? Is that how you determined its size?
I tracked it for a little while.
Yeah, we couldn't find it. So I take the piece of paper that Gears drew the map on, and I hand it to Gloom. And Gloom, Gears drew this for us. I hand it to him.
I mean,
and I'm looking. I'm gauging his reaction.
That looks like the compound. I mean,
I don't understand
what
why he's
else did he
telling the
say?
truth thus far. Well, he said he knows. He said he could help us. Everything you would expect him to say. He said that the prisoners are kept in that bunker. He said that the big building is barracks. The other building is communications tower, communications depot, and the other building is an armory. Though he's never been in these buildings before.
Let me mark these so everybody can see. B for barracks.
Okay, so the barracks are to the southeast, sorry. Com is northwest. Armory is southwest. And northeast is
it the prisoners?
Supposedly the prisoners. This is according to Gears. I'm not sure if I should believe him. I think he's afraid. I think he does want to live, but I don't know. His story changed a little bit. Not long ago, he was sure that we were gonna not let him go, but maybe since I don't know, since we've been feeding him and treating him the way we have, maybe he's under the impression that we will let him go. I don't know what to think, Gloom, about this freaking guy. It's just driving me batty, to be honest. I'm not sure if we should accept his help or not.
I mean, I think he's better than nothing, and I think we take it with a grain of sand.
So, Elwin, I would like you to come with us at first light.
It's Rowan.
It's Rowan. Didn't I say Rowan? I didn't say Rowan? I said Rowan.
No, you said Owen.
I said Owen.
No.
Oh, there is no Owen.
Elwin is the one that's hurt.
I thought
Rowan is
that's
the one
Elwin.
that's not.
Elwin's
Yeah,
her.
Elwin. There's no Owen. You're right. No, there's no Owen.
Fuck it.
Oh,
Okay, so Rowan. Rowan, I can't believe. How did you roll up? What are the odds of rolling up a Rowan and it followed by an Elwin?
I don't know. Pretty low, I would think, but maybe not. I'll look in the books. I could tell you.
That's up there with rolling a disease and then getting it, which has also happened.
Also, why maybe we shouldn't roll things. I should always.
Yeah, I think you should throw that book out. I think that book is cursed.
It's possible.
Yeah. I think that. Sorry, that's annoying.
It doesn't bother me. The suspenseful music is not helping you.
No, the special music is putting me in the moment as I sit and ponder this gloom. I don't know what the. Okay, so Rowan. Yeah, I think at daybreak we can go and watch some activity. If they let some of these slaves out, maybe you can get a good look at them. See if these are our townspeople. We also need to gather some other intelligence because it's too heavily guarded and armed. We can't perform any type of frontal assault on this thing. We can't even hope to sneak in on any one side. It's so well guarded on all sides that so closed that alarming just one or two people is going to set the whole complex off in a frenzy. So we either need a small army ourselves or we need some sort of cunning plan to pull this off. But I need to set something straight with you from this past few days. You seem to have changed from when I met you at the camp, and when we saw our townspeople burn. And you seem to have changed in your opinion of me since the cave. I held the gun out, and I was going to put Elwin down because I thought that that's what he needed. I wasn't sure, and so I hesitated. I did not. But there are many, many times that I've been out in this world where I felt the need to put someone down, people that would have wanted me to do so. And it was my impression that I would be helping him in doing that. And I think you may have seen that and not understood. And I think that there's a lot about this world that you don't understand. And I need you to understand now that all those people there, that man in that truck, everyone, they will find you and kill you wherever you are if we don't do this the right way. I'm sure you've seen already they don't care about anybody or anything. And this is a very, very tough place and a tough world. And I know you're in it and you've been part of it. But I don't think you realize just how bad it gets. Do you understand?
He puts his head down for a minute. And he looks up. And he shakes his head and he says, "You're so broken. We care about each other. I get how pragmatic your decision is. Put him down, but he's fine. He'll be fine. We survive. We move on. We persevere. It's what we do. It's what makes humans better than everyone else. It's what makes us. And he puts his head down again. Look, you're a means to an end. Help me free my people. Help me get them out of here. We don't have to involve ourselves with each other anymore. But don't expect me to buy into your mentality. Because I don't. And he turns and kind of half walks away and stops for a second and then pauses and then finishes walking back to the truck.
Is Gloom nearby?
Gloom is, yeah, he's always nearby. He's always just behind you, and he
I
puts his
turn
hand.
I turn and look at Gloom. See his reaction.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. He goes, I thought that went really well.
Yeah, me too.
No, I thought there was a good talk.
He doesn't fucking understand. This is why I say
No.
they're kids.
Look. And he squeezes your shoulder. He's like, look, no one can understand what you've been through. This experience is different.
No, but he thinks that doesn't he get that I thought someone was dying by slowly burning to death, and I was going to put him out of his misery. Anyway.
And Gloom squeezes your shoulder, and he leans in. And he goes, we're all dying a little bit. And he turns and walks away.
And I just stare at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Weird dude. You can count on him, but he's definitely off center.
All right, so I look up and shake my head, and then I don't know, go sit next to Gears.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I go into my rucksack and I go into the back of the truck with Gears, and I think I have some food in there, so I'm gonna pull some food out, and I want to offer some. I think I'm gonna offer some food to Gears.
Okay. So he looks at you kind of pleadingly, like, yes, please.
Right. So would you like some food?
Yeah. Yes. Nodding his head.
Okay. So I give him a little bit. Again, not that much, but enough to. I don't know, and just enough to to keep him alive. A little more than to keep him alive, but just to he doesn't drop dead on me. But I don't want him to be. I need to eat. So yeah, I give him some. I start to eat, and then I just ask him flat out. While we're sitting there eating. I'm trying to understand you, Gears. At first, you seemed to be convinced we wouldn't let you go, and you decided to not cooperate. But since that time, it's been maybe a day and a half you've been with us, you seem to be suddenly anxious to help. And I'm having trouble with this. Tell me why I should believe you, and why I should accept your help.
And he finishes cramming the bar in his mouth and chewing it like voraciously, like he's starving. And he looks up. He's like, I don't want to die. I can help you, and I don't want to die. And then he starts cramming more food in his mouth.
Okay. I'll make you a deal then. If you help us, then you won't die.
If you try
I-
and screw us in some, you will most certainly die in a way that will probably be very, very painful.
I just I want to get out of this. I don't. This doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't know you. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what happened to your town. I don't know. You know, I fix vehicles.
Okay. So help us then. How do I get into this place?
I drew the whole thing out for you. I don't know. How do you get into this place? I don't know. I mean, there's three of you. How do you get in? There's probably 25 people in that
How many
place.
shifts are there?
Three shifts?
3? Do you know the times that they generally switch?
No, I don't know that. I wouldn't have that detail. I mean, I'm a truck guy. I know at some point a delivery will come and deliver supplies to them. That happens about once or twice a month.
Oh, okay.
I know
Do you
they
know when
have
the last? Do you,
I know they have vehicles that patrol the area during the day. Other than that, I mean, I like I said, I know some things, but I don't know everything. I didn't create the camp. I don't run the camp.
when you drive, when the drivers travel to this camp, have you had any incidents with wildlife?
Look, man, you know where we live. Always incidents with wildlife. He kind of tries to bring his hands up to.
Tries to bring his hands up to what?
Like to throw like a finger quotes up.
Oh, are there any particularly indigenous animals around? I
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's lots of indigenous animals that are problematic.
I'm just sitting there eating and just thinking. Uh, um, sorry, gears, but none of this is much help.
No, I'm, I'm sorry. He shoves more food in his mouth.
You said, "Take me with you. I can help." That's what you said.
No, that's not what I said. I said, let me go. I told you everything I know.
Oh,
You took me with you.
no, but before when you were taking a shit.
Look, I'm here now. I want to get out of here. What do you want from me?
I'm not sure. I just take the last of my food and I exit the truck. Um, I'm gonna go to Gloom and see who wants to take watch first.
Bloom volunteers for the first watch.
I'm out of ideas. I think at this point, try and get some rest and first light go uh, with Rowan. I mean, and see if we'd see anything new and exciting.
Okay. Okay. So,
Well, hang on a second though. Gloom. This is before.
yep. He walks over, got his rifle out.
Yeah. Tomorrow, when we take Elwyn to the camp, see
Rowan.
Fuck, I'm never gonna get that right.
That's
Rowan.
fine.
When we take Rowan to the camp, What do you think we should do with Gears?
Well, I mean, let's just really. I mean, I don't know. Elwin can't watch him, can he? I mean, what's the state of him?
Well, no, he's got to come with it. Elwin's out. Elwin's gonna have to stay in the truck and hope. I mean, that's. I mean, I don't know. Rowan said he's sleeping, and that he's going to be okay. But I don't know how okay. I don't know. Does that mean he could, get up and walk around? Guard a prisoner? The last time we left him there, he freaking got carried away by a bunch of dwarves.
Yeah.
That ate him.
I mean, God forbid you make a mistake, right?
So I don't know if he's even I don't know. I'm not gonna count on Elwin. Maybe we should bring Gears with us. The only thing is he decides to cause trouble. We need a way to dispatch him quietly. I'm wondering.
I can do it. I mean, I could kill him quietly if you want to kill him. That's easy.
All right. Well, if you can, then maybe we bring him with us and see if he sees anything of value. See if he says anything of value.
Who, Rowan or Gears?
Rowan and Gears.
Okay.
What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that we should bring Gears anywhere near the camp. I mean, he could alert that whole camp on us. That would be bad. I think we keep him far away from any of his friends.
And then we should just kill him. I'm thinking.
You want to kill him?
Well,
there's another camp and the refinery, and we don't have any details really.
I mean, the other camp and the refinery. But he didn't really help us get to that. I mean, all we did was follow the map that's already drawn. Do we have a map of the other two?
Not detailed map, you know.
We don't. Yeah, maybe we should keep him just for that. But then we have to leave him chained up in the truck, and then we can't take Rowan with us. Because Elwin can't watch him. At least I don't think. I might be wrong. Maybe we'll wait till the decide. But
I mean, let's see how it goes in the morning.
All right. All right, so I'll take a second. Don't forget to wake me for a second watch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And we won't do. The kids aren't doing a watch. Rowan.
All right, so it's just you and me.
Yeah.
All right, so you better get some sleep now then.
Yeah. Okay, so then I go and see if I can nod off and catch some Z's.
Okay, so you crawl in the back of the truck. Smells very strongly of piss, but you can crawl in the cab and close the door, and you get some reprieve from the smell. You can hear Gloom standing on the hood of the roof of the truck, kneeling on the roof of the truck, on watch, and you was that your phone going off?
No.
Really? Oh, that's you texting me. And you doze off.
Uh-huh.
And as you drift into sleep, you kind of start yourself awake.
Did you pull out a book? Wait a minute.
No, I
shit.
didn't. It's my spiral.
A book.
You find yourself
I guess that technically, that is a book.
Painfully bound in barbed wire. It's wrapped around your arms very tightly.
But wait a minute. Wait. I wake up. Did you say?
You slip into sleep.
Yeah.
Then as you go deep into sleep, you start yourself awake, and you find yourself bound in barbed wire. Your entire body you're on your knees, and from your shoulders all the way down to your knees, you're wrapped very tightly in barbed wire. You can feel the barbs biting into your arms deeply.
Mm-hmm.
And as you lift your head and look up, a woman with a very large knife is slicing parts of you off. And her hair is a stark white and it completely covers her face. You can tell it's a very young face, but the hair obstructs every part of it. And she uses this wicked curved knife to slice into you as you sit there on your hands and knees, helpless. You can feel the blood underneath your clothes dripping down your skin slowly, and the barbs of the barbed wire biting into your flesh. And you start awake, jump up as Bloom shakes you awake, and he goes, "Hey man, it's your turn. It's your turn for watch. Are you okay? What's going on? You were moaning."
Well, that was weird. I had a. Where are we?
We're in the field, man. It's your time to take a watch.
Okay. Shit. I had a weird fucking dream.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot to you.
Yes, a woman with white hair. I don't know. I stand up and anything I should be aware of? Noises? Anything happen?
No, I really quiet actually. I think actually dangerously quiet, but I didn't notice anything.
Okay. I'd get some rest. I'll wake you at first light. And I go off and I make a calf. And I go sit on the hood of the truck with my charged pistol in my lap. I'm just trying to listen and look around while I sip my coffee. Calf. Calf. Thanks, calf.
Okay. So you go to the roof of the truck and you enjoy your calf. And your watch is relatively uneventful. You're afforded a pretty quiet watch and a beautiful sunrise. The red colors bleeding over the horizon slowly, almost like an open wound. The sun rises and you drink your calf and you awaken and you can see the camp starts to awake. And you know, the day has started and it was pretty uneventful.
Okay. So I go to Wake Gloom.
Okay. So he atypically takes a while to kind of rouse. And he pulls himself together and starts to move around, shake his limbs, stuff a tremendous amount of food in his mouth, and get going.
Okay. So I'd like to ask Rowan. I'd like to check on Rowan and Elwyn and Gears. The
Okay.
condition they're in.
So Elwyn seems conscious and he's sitting there, his mouth closed, and he's just staring at you. And he leans into Rowan and writes something on a piece of paper and kind of shows it to him.
Okay. So he writes something and gives it to Rowan.
Shows it to Rowan, yeah.
So I turn to Rowan. How is he?
He's okay. He's not happy, but he's okay.
I wouldn't be happy either. You think he could watch Gears? We gave him a rifle. Can
Yeah,
you watch Gears, Elwyn?
oh, Elwin looks at you and he raises his submachine gun for a second and he puts it across his lap.
Okay. Owen, I think you should come with us. See if you could identify anyone.
Absolutely. He grabs his rifle and jumps out of the back of the truck.
Okay. Elwin, are you okay?
Looks at you, hate in his eyes for a second, and he nods his head.
Hate in his eyes? Did you say hate in his eyes?
Yeah.
What for? Wasn't he unconscious? What does he know too? I guess maybe the way they're talking. These two fucks. I don't like these two guys.
These two fucks.
Yeah, I don't like them. They're fucking annoying. Okay. I wish I could roll my eyes or fucking take my vibro blade out and fucking chop his head off. I'd probably. All right. Okay, so I just shake my head at him like you're a fucking retard, and I leave.
Okay. My fucking water system down here is doing something now.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. It might be the harbinger of the end of this session right now because it's fucking hissing over there.
Oh, you know what it is? Probably backflash.
Yeah, it's back flushing. And most normally in the middle of the night at,
yeah, this is when it's supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, it's when it should be doing it. Yeah, but I'm sitting here maybe 30 feet away from
it. And it's pretty quiet actually. If you're
like
only
it's
30
right.
feet away.
It's not bad, but yeah, it's right to my. So you guys get up and you.
It's making me have to pee.
It's gonna make me have to pee too. The way it sounds. You and Rowan and Gloom start to work your way back towards that eastern field of the from the compound.
Okay.
You work your way back to your original position.
Oh, now we're losing your audio too. Check your wires.
My wires?
Okay, now you.
There's no wires though. I haven't touched anything.
Your mic wire, your interface.
Am I good? You got me?
Now you're good. You're good now.
Okay. You work your way to that east field, that original position that you were at, where those two X's are, and you can see that the main gates are open. The two doom buggies speed out. One goes to the north and drives between the north and west field, or the west field, and then the other one goes south down the road. And you can also see a stream of workers coming out of the front of the gate with about 8 guards on them. They're moving to the north into that north field.
So
and
they're walking out of the road. They're walking out of the main gate on the west side of the complex.
Yeah.
And they're turning off the road north towards the medium-sized grain?
Yep.
Okay. And you said they're being escorted. How many people? Like count how many?
There's 8 guards with there's probably about 25 workers.
8 guards, 25 workers. Do I recognize? I pick up my binoculars and try and get a look at the workers. Do I recognize any of the workers?
High or low?
High.
Okay, you spot one person that looks kind of vaguely familiar, but you're not really sure.
Okay. I hand the binoculars to Rowan. Check the workers. See if you recognize it.
Okay. And he takes a couple seconds and he goes, there's 1 or 2 people I recognize from our town in that group.
Okay. Let's watch where they take them. We know that these are at least some of our people. Maybe more bunker. not, but at least we know that they've taken some of our people to this camp.
Yep. And they go into that north field, and a lot of them are like they have hoes and rakes, and they're working on cleaning up some of the crops that are there and working on the field a little bit while the guards stand in the open areas and guard them. They completely surround the field the best that they can with the 8 of them, and they always have a worker within eyeshot or multiple workers within eyeshot.
So they circle the fields that are being worked. They're circling the workers that are
Yep.
performing the work.
Yep, kind of like a chain gang. They keep a very close eye on them. You also notice that all of the workers have ankle shackles on.
And are they shackled together, or are they shackled?
They're not
separately?
shackled together, but they're shackled in a way that they really have difficulty moving in a fast way.
Okay. And the watchtowers, and I turn my attention back to the building. The complex. Is the complex changed in any way while this work is
You-
going on?
You've noticed that the gate tower has 2 watchers on it, but most of the other towers have been reduced to 1 in the morning. 1 person per tower during the day.
And do I see the 2 doom buggies still?
No, because the one went south and the other one went north between the fields. So.
Okay, so then those were the same 2. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Or at least it seems to be. Okay. And do I see those went out? I don't know where those guys went. I don't see them anymore, north or south.
No.
If I look for them.
No, you can hear them driving. You can hear them speeding away in the opposite directions, but you don't really have any idea where they went to.
Okay. Gloom, you see anything interesting?
No, I definitely don't think we want to attack from the gate side. I mean, there's way more towers there.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
can't walk through this field to see what that side looks like during the day. Maybe we should just sit and watch. Should we
Okay.
watch the whole day unfold?
Might not be a bad idea.
How do they bring these back in?
So the workers work.
Do more workers come out?
So you're sitting there for a while. You see the workers out there. Right around lunchtime, the dune buggy from the north returns and pulls into the complex, and they bring the workers in, and you can see them in the middle of the compound feed them, and then the second dune buggy from the south returns. The gate is pretty much open during the day, the main gate, and they feed the workers at lunchtime to give them an hour to kind of sit in the shade, and they bring them back out to the field to work a little bit for the afternoon. And then you start working your way towards that same period of time when you guys first observed them, which was sundown. And you notice that a few hours before sundown, the guards all double on the tower.
Do I see any shift changes besides the 2200? The 2200 one didn't happen yet. Were there any shift changes?
Well, the shift change happened a few hours before sundown when they doubled the shift. So you got 1 at 10. You got 1 probably right around 8 where they double down to 1. And then right around 6, they go back up to 2.
10 a.m. was a shift change. We have 1 at 2200.
You have 1 at 2200, which is 10 p.m., which was
Right.
a 2 to 2. There was also 1 at 6 p.m. That was a 1 to 2. And then the bulk of the day, it was just
So
one person.
there's a 4-hour shift change. There's a shift between 1800 and 2200. Okay. And may not be a full shift change, just at the towers. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Yep. So you have a shift change at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
and then it
Yep.
goes 10 p.m.
Right.
So there were 2 people there at 10 and it changes to 2. Those 2 people are up all night, and at 8 a.m. it goes to 1 person, and then it goes back to 2 people again at 6 p.m.
Okay. Sting. And the Jeeps come back at what time? Did the Jeeps come back? The Doom buggies? One after another?
They leave in the morning and they come back right around lunchtime. The north one first, and then about 45 minutes later the south one.
So around 1200. Buggies return. Okay. What time is it now?
So now you're working your way towards around 6 p.m. where you see the guards double again.
Okay. The workers returned?
Then yeah, but right before sundown they bring the workers back in. They file them back down into the bunker. They lock them down. You could tell that the front door to the bunker is pretty well reinforced, and there's 2 guards outside, and everybody returns to the barracks. You probably count between 20 and 30 individual guards in the compound too.
Well, that's what I was trying to decipher. So there's 8 out in the fields, and there's 1 in each tower. So that's 12. But there are still, when all that's going on, other than the guards in the tower, there are still people in the complex itself, right?
Yep.
And what are they doing? They're just walking around, or just
Yeah, I mean, some of them disappear. You obviously have multiple people on the doom buggies, the people in the towers, less in the day than at night.
buggies has 2 more.
And then the eight guards that guard the people when they're out.
The Doom buggies had how many people on it?
About 3 each.
So there's 6 on Doom. 6 on buggies. 4 in towers.
Mm-hmm.
8 in the fields. And then and I saw, and I didn't count the people inside the complex. Well, you said I saw about 20, right? Is that what you
about
said?
30.
30
total.
Okay, so that's so let's go with it. I'm figuring I'm dealing with
So
about 30.
8 plus 5 would be 13, plus another 6 would be 19 during the day. Then you figure the rest are probably night watches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or random other people on some kind of watch that you don't see inside those buildings. But you're able to count at any given time. You've seen around 20 something people in the compound.
Okay. Okay. Gloom, I have no freaking idea how to attack this freaking thing. It's 30 guards. We have to do it at night, but that's when the place is on highest lockdown.
Well, why wouldn't we try to take them when the people are out of the compound?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, we don't.
The Doom
care
buggies
about
are
the
gone.
compound.
There's only 8 guards to deal with outside of the gate. But how far away? When that's a good question. When they were going around, they surrounding them in the fields. Like how far away from the complex were these 8 guards?
I mean, they moved them around that north field. They moved them around, a little bit of the west field. So they moved them from north to west all over the place. But I mean, that was only one day, so you don't really know.
But you got to figure, Gloom, that the next field is going to be that west field, which is the direction we want to come from. in with. We could be there before they come out. Maybe we could pick the guards off, or that are overseeing the workers. But even still, once we start a firefight with one of them, then it's all of them, and then the whole complex is on us.
Well, so I got two thoughts. One, if we could get a bomb on a dune buggy and get it in the compound and get it to explode, that would be a pretty useful diversion. We could also light a field on fire. I mean, that would definitely draw attention. And I think it's better when they're outside of the fence than when they're inside of the fence. But what's the objective here? Is it freeing the prisoners or taking the whole camp down?
I don't think we can camp down. Just the three of us. Three of us. Yeah.
No, I would agree. I mean, we
think
need
we
a
just gotta
huge
get
distraction,
We need to cut the gate.
and we'd have to.
we
Yeah,
need
we'd have
to
to cut the gate.
We have to cut because we can't leave out the main gate. We have to cut the gate on
No.
the west side, which is the closest to the bunker. We'd
Mhm,
have to
the
get
east side.
the east side, sorry, which
Yep.
is closest to the bunker. We'd have to get them. Well, no, they'll already be out. We just have to free them from their shackles to get them to move quickly. And I'm sure they're going to be slow, weak. But that's the least of our worries. The problem is that dealing with the guards that are place, I don't think that those guards will just run away if the field is on fire. They may just start rounding up the people. If they start rounding up the people, do we have extra weapons? Truck? I think we have. Do we have some carbines?
We have some carbines. We have some bows. Yeah, with those arrows.
If we started a diversion and in the confusion attack the guards while simultaneously maybe getting some of the firearms that we have, the excess firearms, into the hands of the slaves. At least there'll be some extra firepower, and then we could retreat. But to where? Maybe if we get the truck on the west side of this encampment overnight, east side, sorry, of this encampment overnight. Maybe we can get out of here with the slaves that way, just shooting and retreating to the truck.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that might be a plan. We definitely have to get the truck in position.
If we get the truck on the east side of the building, the prisoners come out. They do the work on that side of that field. We're already in that field. Somebody needs to set a fire in the northern fields, or some sort of explosion, or, like you said, a dune buggy. A dune buggy sounds like harder to pull off than a fire in the northern field.
Yeah, we'd have to get them to stop or something, and then we could put a charge on them.
Yeah, but
And
you
even
have
then,
three
it would be
guards to deal
time.
with.
We'd have to time it so that they would drive in and it would blow up. I don't have a detonator or something.
So maybe we set fire to that northern. That to me could be easier to pull off. But do they care that it's on fire?
I don't know. Field on fire is going to definitely draw everybody's attention.
Well, it's worth a try anyway. So we'll do that, and then the guards maybe distracted long enough for us to maybe take a handful of the guards out, arm the prisoners, and retreat back to the truck. But where are we going to put 25 people in this truck? 25 people fit in this truck?
Yeah, truck's pretty big. You could
Okay.
fit 25 people in the truck.
Okay. Didn't think of that. Okay. We should sneak back to the truck.
Okay.
See if we see anything else on the way back there. Changes our mind. I think that's a good plan.
Okay. So the sun's going down as you sneak back to the truck. You and Rowan and Gloom. And you climb in the back of the truck, and as you pull the tarp to the side, you can see that Elwyn is standing there, and he's got his submachine gun to Gear's head, and he's just kind of, And Gears just looks scared.
Elwyn's trying to speak.
Well, he's got the gun to the side of his head, and he's like menacingly, like groaning at him.
Oh, groaning at Gears.
Yep.
Okay, so I asked her what happened. Here, someone give him a piece of paper.
Rowan brings a piece of paper over. He's like, he scribbles something down. Hand to Rowan. Rowan's like, he says he was up to something.
Oh. Like what?
Elwyn scribbles something in, hands it to Rowan. Rowan goes, he doesn't know. He was fumbling around in his pockets for something.
Okay. I go and check his pockets again.
Give me a spot roll.
Ah, 12.
You don't really find anything.
Gloom, check his fucking pockets. What are you up to? Why are you messing? What is he messing with? What are you messing in your pockets for?
Gloom doesn't find anything. He's looking down, Gears, like innocently looking down now. And then he looks up to you for a minute, and you can just see for an instant just hate in his eyes, and he looks down again. And I think that's where we're going to stop for the night.
So much drama. Damn.
You're managing a lot. You're managing a lot.
I mean,
manage a lot.
This is a lot to deal with, man.
Very stressful.
You know, it's not. I don't know. Too many like just constant, hard, difficult decisions. Sometimes I feel like I'm at work.
It's worse than worse.
It's like worse. It's like this guy's doing this. This guy's trying to screw me. This guy's trying to do this. Battery low. Press enter. I don't know how much we got.
Did you get that whole thing recorded?
Nope. It looks like it stopped. But I know that. So definitely not the whole thing. No. But that's all right. We got it on Twitch.
Well, we didn't get disconnected.
And we didn't get disconnected. We had pretty decent audio, and we started somewhat on time.
Yep.
We did a 2.5 hour show.
Yep.
And I'll just cut it back. I don't know. Maybe I'll just cut some of the audio off of the back of the video and post that for the podcast or something. So for the podcast listeners, you may want to check us out on Twitch because we got some cool maps going on. We have the chat room, which is way fun. You could see what we look like, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a selling point.
That's not a selling point, no. Mainly for the maps and the roles. It's kind of fun. Yeah. And the chat room. Chat room's awesome. I really like chat room. You can't have a chat room in a podcast.
Joe didn't show up tonight. Usually it's Mark and Joe. Which is
that's right. We're missing Joe.
Joe never showed up, but that's okay. But I mean, if you like the podcast, I think we're trying to balance it between the live show and the podcast show because I think there's I think Mark pointed it out. We try to do like a real theater of the mind thing where we're, painting a picture, but not really losing the visual aspect of, what we're trying to do with the Twitch stream. So I think
Right.
that's an augmentation, but not a. I don't think it's mandatory.
Right.
What are you doing? You're bringing
No,
up the Twitch
I
stream.
know I lost the chat room. I'm trying to bring it back. There it is. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know why I'm not getting my chat window back over here like where I usually get it, but um, it's a work in progress that's improving, and things are getting interesting and difficult in this campaign. Um, but I have a lot of notes, which I usually don't have this many notes, but I really needed. I really feel like I have to infiltrate this damn thing. I feel like the NSA all of a sudden. Uh, I need Splinter Cell. I gotta get some operatives in this place. I think I need to make severe use of gloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so thanks for stopping by, Mark. As always, it's a pleasure. Thanks for
Yep.
stopping by.
Mark is one
To,
of our oldest and dearest friends.
yes, and for all of the podcast listeners and anybody else who's maybe going to watch this video down the road, I guess link. I mean, well, actually, subscribe. Right. Hit the
Yep.
smash the
Like.
subscribe button. Like
us. Yeah.
Yeah, like us a lot. And
Write a review.
Write a
for the
review.
podcast. Yeah.
Tell a friend. Give us 5 stars.
Tweet us.
Something. Tweet us.
Whatever you can do to promote us. Yeah, we try to promote. I promote us from all 9 of my Twitter accounts.
No,
so
I know. I don't even announce when we're going to be on. Mark does that for us.
Yeah,
he reminds me
true.
each time. It's like, you guys on time? I'm like, yeah. So
yeah, Mark will
all
ask
those
us if we're actually going to produce something tonight.
yeah, it's pretty.
No, Mark.
It's pretty bad by my fault, I guess.
I don't know. We've been
wounds.
since COVID. We've been really good since COVID, though. Like,
what I mean, like it's in terms of not missing anything. We haven't missed anything.
Yeah, we've
no.
been. I think we've been even more consistent with the quarantine.
Yes,
You think?
in a way we have been. Yes, definitely.
And only the role playing show. We're not.
Yeah,
even
we've only
doing
done role playing shows. So.
You know what I was thinking we should do? We should do like a Escape from New York watch along, or I don't know, Road Warrior. I feel like we should do something.
Yeah, I mean, could do something, but it's getting.
I think let's take suggestions. Anybody has any suggestions we should do for like a buffer show between?
I don't think anyone wants to watch
arcs.
TV with us. So
I don't know. With this, I don't know. I don't know. Mark and Joe both are pretty hardcore fans from the beginning. They liked us when we were talking other bullshit. We talked about apocalyptic movies. We talked about the lists. It seems to be enjoyable. So, I mean, I think we.
All right, so what we want to do? You want to do a regular show? I think no, but you can't lose momentum on these role playing shows.
No, I don't want to do that. But I'm saying
like you have to do an extra show. Is what you'd have to do.
Or we reach a logical point in the arc where we want to take a little break.
All right.
Action.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very stressful.
Else.
I'm stressed out.
That's what you see.
This thing's got me completely fucking stressed out. What?
Now you're missing the other show.
Yeah, and it's got me stressed out, and I'm missing the damn character sheet, and I can't even get a character sheet, a clean one now to fill in.
Mark,
you gotta help me find that. You gotta help me find a character
apocalyptic sheet. Watch it. Yeah, no, you have to find your fucking character sheet, dude.
No, my character sheet's gone. Definitely gone.
Send me a copy of your character so that I have it too. Yeah. So let's. I don't know, Mark. Let's talk about what movies we could do a watch along and do a commentary track with and talk shit. I mean, I don't know. I love Escape from New York. You are the Duke of New York. Let's do that. I don't know.
Escape from New York. Remember Escape from New York? I think I said that a long time ago.
Let's make Nick watch A Boy and His Dog with Don Johnson, very young Don Johnson. I don't know.
I'm a big Don Johnson fan from back in the day.
Mark says Logan's Run or Mad Max.
Logan's Run. You know, I've never seen Logan's Run. I mean, I'm sure you believe me. There's so many movies I haven't seen, but Logan's Run is
Logan's Run's a great movie.
One I feel like I should have seen. Is it on Prime? If it's on Prime, we could watch it.
We'll have to look and see what. Yeah, we should see what's available. I'll do some research. Escape from New York would be fun. That's a great. It's a fun movie. Get young Kurt Russell. That's good too. You know.
Mm.
You get Donald Pleasance as the president of the United States of America. It's good, man. It's a good
I
movie.
don't remember it. I know I watched it. I remember Kurt Russell. I just don't remember the film.
Yeah, the president's plane crashes in New York. The New York City's like controlled by like gangs. It's almost like they just walled off New York City and said it's a prison, you know?
Mm.
And then they send Snake Plissken is like this badass. They send him in to rescue the president. And Donald Pleasance is the president. It's awesome, dude. Totally awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. So we can watch that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, as a transitionary show, like I said, I don't want to break up the storyline because I think I like that we're moving it. And some of these, like this episode, it was all recon. The entire fucking episode was recon, which I don't have a problem with because I think it's smart. Hopefully it's interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know. It seems.
I mean, the other option is you're gonna
more.
fucking charge in and fucking.
It's
crash the
more
gate.
interesting, I think, than even like combat. I almost want to say that combat is like. I don't know how popular it is to say, but maybe the least fun in role playing. I think like
Yeah.
when you get like all this reconnaissance trying to come up with a plan, then watching your plan unfold, I guess, is fun. But when you're just like going head to head with like, a bunch of guys and they're going against you, and especially like in Gamma World where, I mean, there are cybernetics and things like that, but we don't even have anybody like that in our party. So it's always like shooting. All right, I shoot. Okay, he shoots back. Okay, I shoot. He shoots back. It's like there's a wizard who's going to cast something really cool. And he's going to like start, layering spells to do things and come up with strategize that way. It's just us shooting back and forth, and it becomes like a little, monotonous. So I don't mind this the recon. I think it's a little more something that you could have fun, following along, and trying to strategize yourself.
No, it's part of it. I mean, I think it's better to do recon than just charging in because then you don't know what you're dealing with. I mean, I think this is an evolution here that you were going through. So
right.
I mean, and clearly there are a handful of us, right? This is not where we're going to overwhelm the position. It's a handful of us against a larger number. So how do we overcome it?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this plan's going to work because it's seems a little ambitious.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll have to tune in what, 2 weeks?
We're gonna have to find out next
see what happens.
Couple weeks.
We could defy all the odds. Would you say 30 guards against
30 guards?
Three of us. And two of them hate me. Two, like, everyone likes me. I don't know what to do. We'll be all right. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave a review, check out the podcast.
At Persona, at Twitter.
And doomsdaydoobydoo.com, of course.
Yep.
And iTunes and all that good stuff. And
follow us. We're here every other Friday.
Every other Friday, exactly.
Email us if you want to email us.
Yep. Yeah, that's what is
Gmail, right?
Yeah, doomsdaydoobydoo@gmail.com and doomsdaydoobydoo.com, and so really everything is really just at the site, and you can see us from there. And yeah, for the podcast listeners, I think you should check out the Twitch feed. It's kind of fun, just like I said, for the chat room alone. Besides being able to see the maps and the dice rolls, but the chat room alone is a lot of fun. Anything to add? We still haven't figured out the outro.
We still haven't what?
Figured out the outro.
Oh, no, the outro is pretty simple.
It is?
Yeah. You know what it is?
What?
Wasabi peas, bitches.
Oh, snap. All right, and then I'll pull up this. Okay. Is that, I don't even know if that's showing. It is.
You want me to?
Take care, folks.
The outro?
Oh, wait, the outro music. Wait.
Bye, guys.
Wait.
You're gonna play it, or am I gonna play
Wait,
it?
we're pros here,
I can
man.
upload it.
Wait, I'm in studio mode. Oh, here we are transitioning back. All right, yeah, what we're supposed to do is you're supposed to play the outro music, and then I'm supposed to bring over the our podcast logo. What are you doing?
That's the fucking water thing, dude.
That's well, fuck the water thing. Where's this damn
Oh, you
outro
want me to play the
music?
music?
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about. There it comes. Oh my god. There we go. Stolen by Chris. This music. And
No, it's not stolen. Crafted lovingly by Chris.
on an iPhone. And
Yep, on my
we-
GarageBand app.
yeah, and when are we gonna play mine? I wrote a song too. We just
I
threw
think
my
we should
threw
almost
my
make
song
it
in the
with your
trash. What?
No, we should. No, I think we like your song. It's just not. I think we got to come in hard and we go out soft.
So I should
It's like
be
when-
playing
it's
my.
like when you fuck. When you fuck, you go
Oh,
in hard.
whoa,
and come out soft.
whoa. Okay, on that note, where'd that come from? What are you saying? We
I
should
don't
play
know.
my theme at the end or in the beginning?
Yeah, when you come out all soft and sticky.
Okay. On that note,
But tonight we're gonna play my
guys,
theme.
take care.
Wasabi bitches to all my motherfucking peas. Woo!